Michigan fans, Michigan women's hockey is live and on the air. We are live here at the Center Ice Arena for Michigan versus Michigan State. Second of 3 games in this weekend. And we do have Coach Ned with us. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, good. I'm thrilled to be here. Love Traverse City. 2 years ago, this showcase was awesome. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Very, very nice to be back. We got to see a couple high school teams play right before this. If you have an opportunity to come on down, it is a fantastic event. If you can't come for today, Michigan's going to be playing at 12:30 tomorrow versus Aquinas, and you can catch all sorts of great hockey in this showcase.
Now, I can't promise good seats tomorrow.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
today, because the last couple times we've played here, especially against States, when all these seats are filled with high school players, there are very few seats available.
And it is already filling up. We got lots of maize and blue across the way and some green and white over there for this big matchup. Yeah, I think 2 years ago it was the first game on Saturday, and it was chock full. So I expect it to be very similar today. And we are across the way this year and on the little press box that Ken Cal built. So we appreciate that. And very grateful to the Center Ice Arena staff for letting us up here. Now, Michigan coming off of a huge win yesterday. Unfortunately, we weren't able to broadcast. Did put out the broadcast for University of Michigan Dearborn, so hopefully people got to see that. Michigan won that game 3-1. And it was Carr getting 2 goals, and that means she's had 2 goals in the last 2 games. So keep your eye on number 66. She is that whole lineup of Hung, Carr, and Cummings. That line has really performed well recently.
They're on fire. She's got the hands. It was a war. They really let us play. A lot of physicality. Not a lot of power plays or penalty killing, but there's a lot of physicality.
So Michigan coming off of a very physical game. The third goal was Lindahl from Hansen. So both of those players continue to be very good. And for the first time this season, we have a new player coming in this first time this calendar year, Ferris. What did you think of getting to watch her play yesterday?
She's the real deal. She played AAA with Honeybake. She's versatile enough to play usually defense, but she can play forward. She did great in her first game. Got a lot of length. She's real tall. Very impressed, and I think once any nerves are there or anything, you couldn't see them. I think she's only going to get better. She's been a great part of the team so far. And from what I can tell with the culture and stuff, I was on the ice with them on Thursday night. She's been well received and doing a good job.
So it's fantastic. A very talented team gets to add even more talent. We're not complaining.
No,
as
right.
that is fantastic. Chance to get to see that.
Big skates to fill because Ava G's in London. So
Indeed.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, so Ava Gargiulo, we miss her. She's out in London. We hope she's having a fantastic experience out there. It's a place I've only gone to once. I'd love to get back to, but not during the Michigan hockey season for me. But hopefully she's having a fantastic time out there. And if she's watching, we miss you, and thank you very much for all your talent and time with this team this season and throughout. Michigan won yesterday 3-1, as we talked about. That was a matchup between number 4 and number 10. So big top 10 matchup in the ACHA. Michigan coming out on the winning side of it. They are now 11-0-1 on the season. The little graphic I have for the Spartans is wrong because I did not know what the result last night was. And it was a tie between Michigan State and Aquinas. And so the Spartans are 9-7-2 on the season. So we'll see these two teams played in the second game of the season for Michigan. And taking a look, that game, Michigan won 3-1 that at the Mount Clemens Ice Arena. Now, these are probably not, at this point in time, the same teams really that played each other. Right. All the freshmen are now
sophomores.
Yeah, basically.
We have no freshmen anymore. That's
absolutely.
Right.
And, a couple big road trips, a nice road trip up here, creating team bonding. And these will be two very different teams. So Michigan's going to have to keep their focus and make sure they don't let the Spartans come away with a big victory here. So Michigan coming off, they beat the University of Michigan Dearborn 3-1, and they really had a fantastic game versus University of Rhode Island. That was 8-1. That was where Carr had 2 goals. Hung had her 2 goals, so she didn't even she had her first goal and then wanted to do it again, which was fantastic.
We gave her her first goal puck on Thursday night.
Awesome, well done, very well done. That's such a wonderful tradition.
It's fun.
And Lindahl had 2 goals as well. So 3 players counting for 6 of those 8 goals. It was just a fun time. Probably not a lot of fun for Rhode Island as they went 0-3 on the trip. But, those hard road trips, that's how you build a program is you play good teams, you play it on the road, and you build up what you have. So
and we've had it on the other shoe. We used to go out to Rhode Island a lot and come back away from an Eastern trip not doing well. So you get what just a little bit of paybacks. We're okay with that.
Absolutely. I think, the first year I started to broadcast audio with the team, we went out to University of Massachusetts Amherst for 4 games, and that was a fun time to get out there, and good hockey out there, but even better hockey here. If you are coming up, please watch the roads as you hit the Cadillac area. That lake effect is starting to really, really make the roads interesting. So take your time getting up here. Just turn on the broadcast. We have an audio broadcast going as well if you're driving, so you don't have to be distracted. So if you're working your way up here, just be safe because we want everyone to arrive here in one piece. Talking about Michigan, again, these will not include the points from yesterday because that's not in the system yet. But with the top lead for Michigan, Lindahl has 15 points on 6 goals and 9 assists. Hansen has 10 points on 7 goals and 3 assists. She's tied in the number 2 spot with Swanson, who has 10 points on 5 goals and 5 assists. And then at the number 4 spot, it's Carr with 3 goals and 3 assists. And now that's going to be 5 goals and 3 assists. So she'll be still in that number 4 spot, but 4 spot alone. And then Gustafson has 3 goals and 3 assists for the number 6, or for the tie for the number 4 spot there. So great work. And then taking a look at the, if I can switch this to goalkeepers. I won't worry about that. But Ponif has been doing great as well as Johns. Such a luxury to have both of them in the back there. And
Emma should start tomorrow if everything goes as planned. And I don't think Sandrine hurt her average yesterday, giving up 1.
Yeah. So taking a look, it is University of Michigan Sandrine Ponif has a 0.99 goals against average. So very, very good. She has 259 saves percentage of 970. 2 shutouts, so she has played amazing. And John's very good as well. 1.67 goals against average. She has a 945 save percentage. What a luxury to have two goaltenders like that.
Yeah.
Just
and great, brilliant students, and wonderful that they're working it out with 2 in practice is such a relief after years of one. And honestly, playing a team very aggressive. When they know you have one goalie, they crash the net, and it can get dangerous. So that takes that part right out of the game, you hope.
Definitely. So always good. Yeah, no fun trying to put when Goldman, former field hockey goalie, trying to come in. That's got to be very, very different. Probably not easy to have a lacrosse goalie in there either.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
We got an interesting situation in front of us. We have a stop Zamboni, which is never a good thing.
Hopefully they'll get that taken care of. There's a little...
the longer he sits there.
There we go.
Okay.
They had just almost finished the resurfacing, I think, so hopefully that'll not leave too much of a mark on that far face-off circle to our left.
We've got the tournament director up here in the booth right now, so if we have too big a problem, we're going to send him down.
Taking a look at Michigan State, again, they had the tie yesterday. Before that, they played Lindenwood. Lindenwood beat them 7-0. So let's take a look back at where are some dates here. Since the beginning of the year, they took a trip out to the St. Louis area. It's been very popular for the teams in our area. Nice place to go. And Michigan State fell to Maryville 4-1. That was back on Tuesday, January 11th. On January 12th, they played McKendree. That was a 8-1 win by McKendree. And then they played Lindenwood on Saturday, the January 13th, and they won that one, or Lindenwood won that one 7-0. So the Spartans, they finished off the 2022 calendar year with a win at Grand Valley State 3-2, but they've dropped 3 in a row, and then a tie yesterday. So they're going to be really looking for a big win here. They would love to beat Michigan as big rivals here, and also to just get themselves on the winning way and get some momentum going here in this calendar year.
And Rob's history with Michigan, of course.
Absolutely.
He coached here with the University of Michigan for 8 years, and went to Michigan and works for the University of Michigan. His email address is umich.emu. He tried out for Red Berenson's team. So there's a lot of Michigan and Rob Blackburn. So there's nobody. I don't want to speak for him, but I'm guessing there's nobody he'd rather beat.
I don't doubt that. Absolutely, absolutely.
Good old friend and a hell of a hockey player, but he really wants to beat us today.
That's understandable. You always want to get that win versus the other in-state schools, especially Michigan versus Michigan State. Things got going a little bit later as the game before us went right to the wire, and this happens in showcases like this where you have games stacked back to back to back. So we're about 10 minutes behind schedule here. Let's talk about the top goal scorers for the Spartans as Princeton has the number 1 spot. She has 22 points on 7 goals and 15 assists. Lieb, number 2, with 12 goals and 8 assists for 20 points. Number 3 is Santi, who has 14 points on 6 goals and 8 assists. Leonard has 9 points on 1 goal and 8 assists. And number 5 is Menzer, who is tied with Galassini. Menzer has 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points. Galassini has 1 goal and 6 assists for 7 points. Taking a look at the goaltenders for this team, Van Solkema has played the majority of, Maddox has played 8 games. Van Solkema has played 7, and Binsky has played 5. And taking a look, it looked like Maddox was getting warmed up, so we'll see. Maddox has a 3.75 goals against average and an 8.95 save percentage, having made 231 saves. And then Van Solkema who seems like she's been with the program forever, has a 2.45 goals against average and a 9.22 save percentage. She's made 190 saves, so she's played 7 games, won 4, lost none, and had 1 overtime loss and a tie. So that's a little bit about the goalkeepers. What does Michigan have to do to get a big win here? Coming off of a big top 10 game yesterday, and then the travel, it's probably going to be, want to make sure you don't have tired legs. What do they need to do to come out here and get a victory?
Well, we got to keep the energy up. The energy looked good yesterday, but it was a real late finish. We had to get in. We drove players' cars to Dearborn. So they got home late. They left Yost at 9:30 this morning. It was a direct stop, or direct drive. I don't think they stopped anywhere. So they've got to shake off the bus legs.
Yep.
They've got to get over being tired from last night. But the game last night was super physical, so I think that's going to help engage, and they'll be prepared for anything that happens today. It's a rivalry game. Can't get too high, we can't get too low, and we've really got to get shots on this goalie and get in their head and maybe try to take an early lead. We did not start out last night well. It was 0-0, and we were outshot like 15-4. So this team has done a really good job of finishing a weekend or finishing a series.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
Still have not figured out how to start fast and finish fast. And I guess if you had to choose, you'd rather have them finish strong than start slow, but we're working to do it both, and we're going to need to do that as this side of the season is going to get tougher and tougher.
Absolutely, and this weekend and the next weekend, home and home with Adrian's not going to be any easier.
Yep.
Before a big trip out to Penn State.
Yep.
So the road is not easy, and yeah, you'd absolutely, if you prefer to finish strong than start strong, but if you don't start strong, you can end up too far behind, and you can't come back. That's what actually broadcasting Pioneer basketball last night. That's what happened to them.
Yeah.
Saline had an amazing first half, and they just couldn't get back.
And this is a good warm up, and I don't want to downplay this game as a warm up, but we have a same kind of scenario at Penn State.
Yep.
We go in there, play late the night we get there, and then the next morning, I think it's an 8:30 game.
8:30 in the morning.
A.M.
Yep. Yes,
so,
a.m. And let's actually pull up the.
What a segue, huh? I'm getting into this.
Look at that. You are brilliant. Okay, so we'll pull that up, and let me pull up the schedule here.
Because I looked at that and I thought, I'm not sure I can broadcast or coach that quickly after a game, let alone play.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting right to bed. I get amped up calling the game, and it is so hard for me to crash right out. So that turnaround, expect to hear a nice gruff voice that morning. But
and you may be alone, because
that's fair.
If my hip's not recovered, I'll be listening and cheering in spirit.
Absolutely. Well, your health is the most important thing. We appreciate any time you can be here, but
I love it.
Absolutely, most importantly, to take care of yourself. So tomorrow it's a 12:30 game versus Aquinas, so enough time to get home at a reasonable time, but we don't have to have a too quick turnaround. So the team has a little bit of time to enjoy an evening in Traverse City. Next weekend is the home and home. It will be at Arrington Ice Arena on the 27th. That's Saturday. It's a 7 p.m. game. So we'd love to see as many Michigan fans out there as we can. It's a wonderful rink, but not an easy place to play, and Adrian is always tough there. So
we'll get homered there, but the good news is you can sit upstairs at the bar and eat and drink.
Absolutely. They have a bar across the way.
Yep.
They have a lovely little press area that they've been super kind to let us be in. So we're excited about that. Then it's a home and home, so January 28th, that's Sunday, Michigan will host Adrian 4 o'clock at Yost Ice Arena. So again, a good time to get in, see that beautiful light through the windows at Yost that you don't get to see much, and a beautiful Sunday matinee there. Then it is off to Penn State, and somehow I apologize, I didn't get the color changed. These are both on the road. This is what happens when I'm trying to make these graphics after the game last night and trying to do it so we can come up here.
Too many beers.
Yeah. But it's both at Penn State. That'd be a heck of a home and home trying to make it out there and back. But it's 9:15 p.m. on Friday the 2nd. So 9:15 p.m. Friday the 2nd, then February the 3rd. That's Saturday. It is 8:30 a.m. That's beautiful because we only need to get a hotel room for one night. But, yeah, that's going to be a tough turnaround there. Hopefully we'll have them both in the big rink at that point then.
You know what got my attention? If I that far ahead, it stuck in my mind. I'm like 8:30. You know, back in the day when we practiced in the morning, it wasn't a big deal. But we do not practice in the morning anymore unless you count the practices that go after midnight.
Absolutely. As public address announcer on, welcoming everyone, and they have 14 different teams playing here, which is fantastic.
Does that count the college teams too, or just the high school?
That is a good question. I was talking and not listening as well as I should. So Michigan State is the home squad. They have their white jerseys on with the green stripes on the middle, on the socks, on the sleeves, numbers in green on the sleeves and on the back.
And easy to read.
Absolutely, very easy to read.
Yeah, as a jersey sweater designer and collector, now I know that, and I'll do better.
And Michigan is wearing their blue jerseys with the white stripe across the middle, block M on the front. Kelsey Swanson being announced skates out to the blue line. Cummings skates out to the blue line as a starter.
This is Kelsey's hometown, so that's a big deal.
So always love to see someone get to skate at their hometown. Matthews out as another starting forward. Katie German, the captain, starting blue liner. And Ceballos, the other starting blue liner. And Poneth between the pipes. Of course, Taylor Lundberg, who used to play on the team, she actually coaches the Traverse City women's high school team. Pioneer will be visiting them next weekend. So I've gotten to occasionally see her up here. Carey for the Spartan skates out to the blue line. As Menzer skates out to the blue line. Daniels skates out. Zagrobelny skates out to the blue line. Triole skates out to the blue line. And Maddox, the starting keeper for the Spartans. Robert Blackburn is the head coach for the Spartans. Thomas Hall, the assistant coach, and Tony Siciliano. Of course, Jenna Tribbiano and Coach Upton, the coaches for Michigan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem.
A student at Traverse City Central High School.
That was nice.
Excellent job by a Traverse City Central High School student.
High school student.
And that's not an easy song to sing, and,
No.
and we all think we know the lyrics and sing along until you got a mic in your hand, and then boy,
Yeah. choke.
Absolutely.
We pride ourselves in getting students from the School of Music, and they're, world class. But I'll tell you what, that was a high school student. That was pretty world class.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was well done. I know my wife has occasionally taken over when the national anthem wouldn't play at different games, and she is a much better person than I am, but we already knew that. So, high atop here at the press box here at the Center Ice Arena. We're very grateful as we actually have fantastic internet. We didn't a couple of years ago, but the arena let us up there. They've upgraded. They got fiber here. And they have been excellent to let us in.
Upgraded by the Red Wings. This is where the Red Wings do their training camp, and we're right outside the scouting room.
Absolutely.
So it's NHL class.
So that brings back Swanson chasing. It comes back to the blue line, grabbed by Ceballos. Ceballos sends it down the far boards. Cummings gains the zone. Cummings top of the far circle with the shot. Maddox with the save. 19:51 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far, 9 seconds gone. Michigan a quick early face-off down in the Spartan zone. That to the left of Maddox. Matthews in to take the face-off. Daniels on the other side. That puck all the way back to the far point. Katie German trying to get to it. Banks off of the near boards. Here comes the Spartans. Racing ahead with it is Menzer who takes a shot.
Nice block.
Good
KG.
block by Katie German. That's sent by Cummings right back out into the neutral zone. Carey trying to bring it back into the Michigan zone. Carey, top of the near circle. Carey trying to move it over to Menzer. Carey back behind the goal. Now Katie German trying to pull it off of the dasher there. Katie German underneath the near circle. 19:24 left to go.
That should have been off.
Brought back in. Lieb trying to knock it into Michigan zone. Michigan banks it off the far boards. Brought in. Here comes the Spartans as Siciliano has it, and
We
that's
got
going to be
lucky there.
offsides.
That was a pass to nobody. We got to give our defensive partners more time when we slide it across. I can see there's a bit of nerves between the number of fans and playing state, maybe.
Absolutely. Well, you know that Michigan won the first game between these two. Spartans definitely want a little revenge. Santi taking the face off. Leonard coming down the near side. That intercepted. Gustafson sends it down the far boards. Banked ahead, trying to get to Lindahl. Held in by the Spartans. And moved over as Izzy German got it over to Gustafson down the near boards. Here comes Michigan as it pops up right in front of the bench. Gustafson has it pulled away. Coming in is Lieb. Lieb in the slot. Shot. Saved by
Nice shot.
Poneth.
Great save. That was through a screen.
Siciliano outside the far circle. Michigan grabs it, trying to head the other direction with it. Racing ahead. Here comes Michigan through center
there we
ice.
go.
And that is going to be a tripping call as Lindahl was racing down the far boards and stick got caught in her skates, and Michigan will have the power play.
That's probably not a bad penalty. She was walking her and going to go in all alone. So,
and we know how dangerous Lindahl is when she has a breakaway. It is impressive.
Money. We call it money.
Absolutely.
She was moving.
So just under the Meyer mezzanine over there, face-off circle in the far face-off circle.
The very full Meyer mezzanine.
Absolutely. Lots of folks out here to watch this game. We appreciate that. Love the big crowd for these two excellent teams. That puck at the far point. Now that shot comes all the way outside the far circle. Hansen with it. Hansen into the far corner. Hansen on the far circle moves it back to Gustafson at the blue line. Gustafson over to Carr. Carr trying to skate in on the far circle. There's a shot that just goes high.
The first one, she had the wall. She had the pipe. Michigan State's very passive on this, and last night it was aggressive, so our girls are going to enjoy this.
That off the glass, and that's going to be a whistle and stoppage in play. 18:03 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Both teams get a line change. Face-off will be to Maddox right, or no, to their left in the near far face-off circle. So I always got to watch the official, not the players, as to where it's going to be. Cummings in to take the face-off. In the far face-off circle, Daniels on the other side. We appreciate you watching wherever you are at. Thank you very much for your support of these amazing teams.
I think I just got a call from one of our ex-players, Taylor Lindbergh, here in Traverse City.
Fantastic.
She may be in the stands. If she is, shout out.
Absolutely. I know she was here 2 years ago when we played, and it was fantastic game to see her. Again, she's doing great stuff with the a brand new Traverse City, Michigan women's hockey team. High school hockey team, so that's fantastic. Michigan controlling, top of the near circle. Swanson moves it over on the far circle. Ooh. There's a centering attempt, knocked away by Maddox, back into the far corner. Michigan trying to pull it away. Swanson has it in along the near wall. And into the far corner, Flazar with it there. Flazar moves it back to Swanson, top of the near circle. Swanson with a shot that just goes wide. Lindahl outside the far circle. As both teams' penalty has expired. Both teams full strength.
There we go.
As
good
that
job.
puck trying to hold it in is Cummings, pulled away by Leonard.
Nice battle.
Leonard fires it back deep as the Spartans go for a line change. Picked up back there by Katie German in the far corner. Katie German escapes right back behind her goal from the far side to the near side. Stops, sets up shop there, trying to avoid Menzer. Banks it off the far boards to Lindahl. Lindahl coming up the far boards, trying to get around Carey. That fired right back into the Michigan end.
Changing too many people at once.
Honeth leaves it for Izzy German. Izzy German underneath the near circle, trying to get away
Nice
from
pass,
Lieb.
Nice pass.
And puck now in the neutral zone, coming ahead. Malashevsky.
2-on-2.
Top of the near circle. Fire! Oh, just a toe save there.
Had the pipe.
So that was the end of the power play. I did not see the penalty up on the boards anywhere, so I assumed it was over. Malashevsky moves it, coming in. Top of the near circle is Lindahl. Lindahl. High slot that knocked away. Puck into the far corner. Picked up there by Lieb, trying to get it out. Outside the far circle. Lindahl has it. Knocked away by Lieb. Here comes Lieb over her own blue line. Moves it. Banked off of the near boards. Coming in
Nice
is
play.
Motter.
Keegan.
Knocked. Now Santi coming in. Good job by Simmer to poke that away. The puck in along the far boards. Picked up there by Izzy German. Izzy German trying to get it to Malashevsky. Malashevsky works her way through traffic. Gets it over to Simmer. That puck loose. Top of the near circle coming ahead with it. Motter gets it back into the neutral zone. Here comes Santi. Fires it. That's sticked away by Poneth outside the far circle.
You like to see that. The Michigan State players are fighting for the same puck.
That tipped comes into the near corner. Motter has it there. Trying to poke that away. Trying to dig it out of there. Hansen into the far near corner as well. Now Lieb comes away with it. Centering attempt goes all the way back into the neutral zone. Siciliano all the way back into her own zone. Stopped there by Maddox. Siciliano banks it off the near boards and slips back into the neutral zone. Here's Ferris who fires it back in again. First game with the team was yesterday.
And on forward, now she's playing D. That's versatility. That's a huge benefit to have a player that can do that.
Absolutely, as that's fired. Stop now, breakaway. Schlee into the far corner. Good job driving her wide by Ferris. Schlee puts it into the far corner. As that's picked up there by Renick. Renick fires it right through the crease all the way back to the far point.
Two people open in front.
Galassini gets it to Anderson with a shot that goes into the far corner. Schlee back to Galassini at the far point. Galassini trying to skate in top of the far circle as that tipped away. Traffic out in front. Poneth did a great job to see that puck. As that will come back to the near point. Anderson with it there. Battle for it outside the near circle as McCallick gets it into the far corner. Trying to fire it ahead. That pulled away. Galassini back in front. That puck goes right back behind the Michigan goal as Kolwich has lost her stick. Ferris trying to knock it away. Comes into the near corner. Michigan grabs that there and trying to come out of the zone with it. Fired right back in. That tipped as Kolwich got her stick back. Powers banks it. And into the neutral zone, but a whistle. And I think that might have been an offsides, I think.
It's offsides, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. We need to switch. That was our power play was in their end the whole time. That shift, it was in our even strength in our end the whole time. So
13:54 left to go. 2 shots on goal for Spartans. 1 on for Michigan, according to the big board. That banked around. Cummings has it down the far boards, trying to move it ahead. That's stolen away by Zagrobelny. Knocked, tipped back into the Michigan zone, grabbed and spinning with it is Swanson. Swanson ahead down the far boards, add into the neutral zone. Beautiful pass to Matthews. Matthews gains the zone, top of the near circle. Matthews drop pass back to the near point, but nobody home. That picked up, and there is a interference call.
Gotta love it.
That at 13:28.
Love to see a captain do that. That means they're losing their poop. Woo!
So interference call, Michigan back on the power play. There's the penalty up there. I must have just missed it.
They might just be learning.
It happens.
It's
It
like,
happens.
It's like me broadcasting.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get enough people to volunteer to run all this stuff, let alone that scoreboard is not easy.
No.
All the way back and along the far boards, picked up. Katie German moves it over to Swanson at her own blue line. Swanson trying to avoid pressure back there by Lieb into the far corner. Katie German with it. Now down the near boards. Right at the blue line, fire back in by Santi into the near corner. Katie German picks it up back behind Pontiff. Katie German trying to avoid Santi. So lots of big pressure by the Spartans trying to keep it in the Michigan zone.
We want them to come behind the net to us because we'll take that all day.
Here comes Cummings, top of the near circle. Cummings now sends it back to Swanson. Swanson, top of the near circle. Swanson.
We got to walk in. Look to the
High slot, Katie German with a shot and a glove save by Maddox.
They're letting us have that space. We just need to walk in a little bit.
Lazar right on the doorstep looking for a rebound. Maddox would not oblige. 12:47 left to go here in the first. 1:19 left to go in the Michigan power play.
I see my wife across the way. She looks like she's ready for it to start a blizzard in here. Jesus.
Well, it's cold outside. It's hockey weather, right? Single digits out there. Although now it's 23 degrees.
It's warmer here than it is in Ann Arbor.
It is indeed. That's strange. Happens as it goes high slot. Michigan with it as Hansen
Back door. There you go.
fires it onto the far circle. That picked up Gustafson now high slot. Gustafson with the shot that
There.
goes just
that's
wide.
a
Hung
live
trying to get
dasher.
to it.
Live dasher. Oh, man.
Nelson moves it ahead as here comes Princeton.
Nice play.
Princeton into the near corner. Michigan trying to poke it away, coming in. 3 Wolverines. Hansen comes away with it. Hansen over to Malashevsky down the far boards. Malashevsky trying to get it to Hung. Good job by Hung to get that as that was tipped by a Spartan. Zagrobelny fires it around the far boards.
Same team.
As that's grabbed, Hansen has it. Now that fired. Gustafson high slot. Gustafson
Tip.
with a
Oh,
shot. There's
Sam.
a pad save. Carr with a shot that comes all the way into the far
Everything's
corner.
going too high.
Controlled at the far point. Gustafson high slot. Gustafson moves
There,
it back over
walk
to
in now,
Hansen.
shoot.
Hansen coming in. Shot that comes into the near corner. All the way outside the near circle. Carr with it. Carr gets it back to Gustafson
Look
at the near
space.
point.
Look at that space. Walk
Back
in,
high
walk in.
slot. Gustafson fires it. That tipped out in front by Hung, but just going wide to the far side. Hansen has it. Hansen
We got to watch out behind. She's coming out.
gets it to Gustafson. Now Michigan State back to full strength. There's a
Nice
shot,
shot.
and that comes all the way back. Good save. Top of the near circle coming, racing the other direction. Coming in is Renek. Renek with a shot that sticked into the near corner by Pontiff. Picked up there by Renek. Renek pinned against the boards.
Great rebound control.
As that puck will come all the way back. Siciliano with it, firing it ahead. Stopped by Schlee. Schlee gets it over to Mickelson. Mickelson outside the far circle. Mickelson has that poked away. Battle for it as it comes
Late trailer.
right into the far corner. Kolwich trying to get to it. Now Matthews down the far boards. That almost into the neutral zone. State able to hold it in. Now Michigan fires it ahead. And grabbed by Siciliano, bounces it right back into the Michigan zone.
Two.
Renek on the far circle, shot saved by Pontiff, picked up by Kolwich, fires it around to Cummings outside the far
Just
circle.
get it out of the zone.
Cummings fires it, it's a spinning puck all the way
Never gonna
down.
make it.
Swanson trying to get to it. That stops, that
Here
counts
you
as
go.
a
Here.
shot on goal.
Ooh!
And that covered up by Maddox. Good opportunity there for the Maize and Blue. 10:23 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. It's always a battle when these two teams get together. Really good Michigan contingent. I know there's a lot of Spartan fans here too, but boy, the Maize and Blue is wearing their colors proud here.
Yep. Joel's going to have them getting shots on net. That power play is in their zone the whole time, and we have very few shots to show for it.
Back to the far point. That comes all the way outside the near circle. Michigan controls. Outside the near circle, trying to pull it out of there.
Pull me
It
up
was
if I fall
Hansen.
out of this thing.
Indeed. As we're kind of peering over the edge. So
Yeah.
if you hear us hollering, no great loss as long as we don't interrupt play.
That's right. Just pull me up by my earphones.
It's Ferris trying to knock that away, comes outside the near circle. Triole puts it into the near corner in the Michigan zone. Malashevsky trying to knock it back, right back behind the Michigan goal. Now here comes Katie German.
Nobody there.
9:45 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Katie German down the near boards. Katie German trying to avoid pressure by the Spartans. Menzer back there. Quick shot or quick pass all the way to Hansen, trying to make her way in. Lindahl with a shot, and she was just driven wide by the Spartan defense.
That's a tough play on a goalie to try to figure out. Oh, here
comes
Hands.
Carr with a shot, and boy, she got it right back between two defenders.
Walked right through him.
Yeah, made her way in, and again, 2 goals in the second to last game, 2 goals in the last game. Carr is on fire.
Yeah, and we're trying to get her to shoot through those screens and go to the net because she can't always walk everybody at this level.
Yeah.
And that was a good play to shoot through and then walk, and if there'd been a rebound, she would have had an open net.
Hung in to take the face-off. Has she been taking face-offs?
That's a tough question. I know she has in the past. We have a bunch of centers playing wings. So we have great versatility for people being pulled out of the face-off circle and stuff like that.
I know she was very good at it at high school. I don't believe I've seen her do it much at Michigan, but she's doing a good job here. So Hung in to take the face-off. Looks like is it going to be Santi on the other side for the Spartans. That's to the right of Maddox in the near face-off circle in the Spartan zone. 9:16 left to go here in the first. As believe a little talk with the Spartans bench there as Coach Blackburn having his say with the official.
He has gotten upset before.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a hockey coach who hasn't, but that's okay.
Remind me to tell you a story once.
I don't doubt that. Heck, Coach Trips might not yell at you much, but boy, that look she can give is that
burner. It's a mom look.
Absolutely. It's trying to get a Carr into the far corner, right back behind the Spartan goal, trying to pull it away.
Good
Santi
battle.
in there. Santi comes away with it. Tipped back. Good job by Flazar to try and pull that away. Carr right back behind. Flazar into the near corner. Flazar gets it back to Carr in the near corner. Carr trying to dig it out of there.
Allie played for these Spartans, so
absolutely.
Hungry.
There's Gustafson right at the near point, firing it back as that picked up back behind as Galassini with it. Galassini underneath the near circle, fires it down the near boards. Motter trying to get it out. Good job to knock it down by Carr.
Right out of the air. Man, she's got eye and coordination.
Here comes Galassini, top of the far circle in the Michigan zone. Galassini into the far corner. Wide angle shot. That gets knocked right back.
Everything on net. That's what they're doing.
Outside the near circle, Gustafson trying to pull it away. Battle outside the near circle. 8:12 left to go here in the first. Still scoreless.
A lot of love against that boards.
As they still try. I'm trying not to get into the camera shot, but trying to battle for it as you got a quartet of people just outside the near circle trying to dig that away. There's a shot by Siciliano, intercepted.
Boards. There you go.
Banking it right back into the neutral zone. Siciliano tracks it down, gets it over to Leonard. Leonard trying to move it ahead. Hung had it tipped away. Nelson coming the other direction. Nelson feeds it down the far boards, bringing it in as that is tipped. Princeton had it. Now coming in, Siciliano drops it to the near point. Leonard fires it right back deep. Princeton in the near corner trying to dig that away.
Going to be a penalty.
Penalty upcoming to Michigan, and with 2 straight penalties to the Spartans, you knew that was probably coming.
Yeah, doesn't take much. Cummings
getting it. That's going to be a hooking call. So Michigan will be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes, barring anything else happening. 7:23 left to go. If you do want to reach out to the broadcast, it's hard for us to check things in between during the game, but we do our best, and it is arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. Hooking the call against Michigan. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Michigan on their first penalty kill of the game. Gustafson back behind the goal. And stolen away, trying to fire it out in front, and they score.
Jesus. 7 seconds in.
That at 7 seconds into the power play, 7:16 in the first. Spartan goal as Siciliano put that one in.
That's a big deal for them.
So they open the scoring. Michigan down 1-0, 7:16. That'll pull the penalty off the board.
Michigan's got to get them happy, get them while they're happy. Hope they're a little high. Be resilient here. It's how we answer.
Daniels in to take the faceoff versus Malashevsky. Spartans score first. In along the near boards. Katie German fires it ahead. Leonard chases it back. Now Hansen trying to get it into the near corner. Siciliano with it there. Hansen tips it. Now Malashevsky trying to fire it out in front. That tip back. At the near point, Katie German does a great job to hold it in. Hansen, top of the near circle with a shot and a save by Dixon.
That's not the shot she wanted, but put it on and hope for a rebound.
Absolutely. 6:53 left to go here in the first. 1-0, and I need to fix my scoreboard, and they need to fix the scoreboard in the rink. 1-0, Spartans with the lead.
Their shots are pretty accurate. I'm going to believe in them.
There we go. Spartans with the 1-0 lead. 6:50 left to go here in the first. Malashevsky back behind the goal. Malashevsky.
Julia's wide open in
He's
front.
pinned
there,
trying to get it. Lindahl with the shot.
God.
That knocked down, and big scuttle there as
Nice pass out in front.
Lindahl
just got tipped a little bit.
couldn't get everything on it because the defender had a stick right in the way trying to lift her stick, but good opportunity. Michigan's going to hope to get this game level. 6:41 left. Spartans are going to try and ride that hot streak and try and get a second one there. Shot by Ceballos, saved by Dixon, back behind. Hansen trying to get to it into the near corner. Lindahl trying to pull it away. Triolet back there. Comes outside the near circle there. High slot. Grab. There's a shot by Ceballos out in front. Hansen with a shot and a save by Dixon.
Great shot by Marty. Quick shot right on net. Got all of it. Good for her. Nice rebound.
Absolutely. And Hansen right there to try and clean it up, and just a good job. 10 shots on goal by Michigan, 5 by the Spartans, but the Spartans have a 1-0 lead, 6:25 left to go.
And since they've scored the goal, Michigan has outshot them like 5-0, so that's a good sign if we could get some by.
And tipped outside the near circle. Spartans get it back into the neutral zone. Kolwich coming down the far boards. Banks it off the glass. That got caught.
Off the ref.
Indeed. Well, that happens. They are part of the rink out there.
That's a good way to make friends. Hit the guy with the stripes.
Cummings trying to get to it underneath the near circle. That comes all the way back. Katie German Ferris trying to hold it in. That puck comes right back behind the Spartan goal. Galassini back there with it. Matthews has it pinned against the end boards, trying to pull it off the dasher. Mickelson back there as well. Now that tipped all the way outside the near circle. Ferris trying to hold it in. Good job. Swanson puts it into the near corner. Matthews coming in. Swanson with a shot. That comes just wide out in front. Trying to get to it and just couldn't get it past. Couldn't poke it past Maddox there.
That was teed up.
Oh, that puck seemed to sit there for a moment, definitely. As they'll get the, make sure the net's on its mooring. 5:39 left to go here in the first, 1-0. Roughing the call as Michigan will go on the power play. Spartans with the power play goal, and Michigan is 0 for 2 on the power play.
We're due.
Absolutely. Hung in to take the face off. Nelson on the other side. Puck. High slot for Carr. Carr. Working her way, sliding over. Gets it to Gustafson. Gustin.
There.
Down on the far circle. Hansen with a shot that just goes wide. Carr outside the near circle. Carr. Back to Gustafson at the near point. Gustafson. Back to Carr. Top of the near circle. Over top of the far circle. Now Carr has it in the slot. Shot it and scored! Beautiful puck placement, upper left-hand corner. Nothing Maddox could do about that. Oh, boy, what a shot.
She can rip it. She is on fire. That's what, 5 goals in 3 games, and we're only a third of the way through this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Carr is on fire.
She gets it off in a hurry. They moved it around nicely to her. And that pass from Lucy early on, shot pass, was pretty sweet. It was off speed. Somebody could have got a nice tip to set that up. That's a good power play.
So power play goal for Michigan, just as we said they were due. Coach Ned calling it. McCallick back trying to get to it. Simmer trying to poke that away. Simmer had the player of the game yesterday. That's poked back. A beautiful picture of her with the Mays chain yesterday after yesterday's game on the socials.
I was going to ask how you knew that. I didn't see you in the locker room.
I stalked the socials a little bit to make sure I kind of sound like I know what I'm doing.
That's good to know. If you need to know that, I'll let you know, because I'm always in there trying to learn how to sing.
4:45 left to go. That's going to be icing and take it all the way back into the Spartan zone. 1-1 is the score.
Now, hopefully that's going to let them relax a little bit and get into the groove here.
It was just 2 ticks over 2 minutes after the Spartans scored. Michigan able to answer back. Good job not letting the Spartans keep that momentum and build on it for very long.
Yep, that's what you got to do if you're going to be a champion. You got to power through. Here's another one.
Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl with a shot.
There's the
A
rebound.
save, trying to poke
Still
it
alive.
in. Oh, Dixon with an excellent job. That moves over outside the near circle.
Nice.
Picked up by Lindahl outside the near circle.
Rip
Now
it.
in the near circle. Shot. That got deflected out in front.
This is a
Puck
good
in the
place to
slot.
have it.
Hansen trying to get to it.
Good discipline by the D not to rush in there.
Here comes Lieb down into the Michigan zone. Poked away. Excellent job. Firing it ahead. Here comes Michigan through center ice. Lindahl gains his own. Lindahl fires it into the slot. Hansen with
look
the
at
shot. It pops up and just.
That was, she had no room. She was in a smaller than a phone booth to make that shot.
Oh, boy, and it popped up, and Michigan just couldn't get to it. Lindahl chasing it back, trying to get to it away from Zagrobelny. Now fired ahead by Daniels. Menzer comes into the
Don't
zone,
let her
top of
shoot.
the near
Don't let her
circle
shoot.
shot. And pulled in along the near boards. Katie German trying to move it ahead. Here comes Carr down the near boards. Carr trying to pull it into the zone. Carr,
Here we
top
go.
of the near
One-on-one
circle.
all
Carr
day.
with a
Oh.
shot and a glove save. Trying to go top right-hand corner this time instead of top left-hand corner.
Took her glove right off.
Oh, Carr's puck placement is fantastic.
Yeah, she's a freshman. Wow.
It's unbelievable. We're very happy to see her in the maize in blue. Hung in to take the face-off. 3:38 left to go. Here in the first, 1-1 is the score. High slot shot by
Izzy.
Kolwich.
Oh!
That was a good pad save by Dick Maddox. I don't even know if she saw it coming. That fired ahead to Menzer. Menzer has it tipped away. Michigan grabs it. Flazar
Nice
moves it
little
ahead.
pass.
Oh, here comes Carr. Carr loses an edge.
We're not
Picked
done.
up
Oh.
as Flazar tries to shoot it. The defender got the stick in the way. Hung chases it back. Now that pull by Galassini into the near corner. Galassini down the near boards. Picked up. Hung trying to pull it away. Then slips back into the neutral zone. But Kolwich fires it right back in. Galassini on the near circle of her own zone, back into the near corner. Flazar trying to pull that away over to Hung. Hung underneath the circle, gets it back over to Carr. Carr outside, that goes all the way back into the Michigan zone. 2:50 left to go. Picked up by Kolwich and along the far boards. Kolwich moves it ahead. Carr backhands it deep into the Spartan zone, into the far corner. Grabbed there by Zagrobelny, who fires it into the neutral zone. Mickelson coming ahead down the far boards. Gains his own. Mickelson, high slot, shot. That knocked away. Good save as Izzy German has it right back behind the Michigan goal. Izzy German coming up the far boards. That ricochets held in by the Spartans. Now back into the neutral zone, but fired right back in by Zagrobelny. Top of the far circle, shot there by Schlee. Saved by Bonnet.
I think our D can really skate with their forwards. So we're going to work on closing that gap and trying to challenge them so they don't get those shots on Sandy that they don't need to be taken. Take it right away from them.
2:18 left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Matthews versus Santi in the far face-off circled upon its right. Puck knocked down in along the far boards. That chipped. Matthews moves it around. Right back behind the Michigan goal. Gustafson has it underneath the near circle. Puck back to the near point. Trying to grab it is Mater. Mater into the far corner. Good job by Izzy German to get a stick in the way. Mater otherwise would have had a beautiful shot. Here comes
Here we go.
Matthews racing ahead. Matthews gains his own. Matthews in the slot. Matthews.
lays it.
Good poke check away. And Swanson has it outside the far circle. Swanson trying to get past Lee, back behind the goal. Into the near corner with it. That picked up, trying to fire it ahead was Triole. Grabbed by Ceballos over to Katie German at her own blue line. Ceballos down the far boards, gets it to Matthews into the zone, top of the far circle. Matthews goes back behind the goal.
Kelsey's, it's wide open. There we
And
go.
grab,
Short side.
all the way back outside the near circle. Katie German fires it right back behind the boards.
Rob works on that at Michigan State. They call it cheese. It'd be fun to get one on him.
As Santi has it in along the end boards, trying to poke that away. Now Matthews comes, knocks it back into the near corner. Matthews now trying to feed it back outside the near circle. Katie German holds it in at the near point. Now back into the neutral zone. That's swept in along the far boards.
Challenge.
Picked up there by Lieb. Lieb comes top of the far circle.
There you
Shot
go.
there. Good job to deflect it by Ceballos getting in the way. Ceballos trying to grab that, comes into the near
Open in
corner
front.
for Lieb, out in front. Good job to knock that away. Fantastic work by Malashevsky.
Emily is such a good, smart center, defensive center. That was a big save.
Menzer with it off of the side of the net into the far corner. Here comes Ceballos. Ceballos down the far boards. Intercepted by Siciliano and put right back into the Michigan zone. Katie German in the far corner bringing it ahead. Katie German, Siciliano again holding it in. And loose in the slot. Good job by Swanson to knock it away. Back into the neutral zone. Leonard with it at the center ice. Leonard back to her own blue line. 18 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score into the Michigan
Send
zone.
somebody. Julia's open.
That banked ahead. Grab.
it.
Lindahl fires it back deep. Now chasing it is Hansen. 7 seconds left to go. Hansen trying to get to it. Puck comes into the near corner. Swept ahead. I believe that was Santi back into the neutral zone, and that will do it for the first period. At the end of one, it is 1-1. Michigan with 14 shots on goal. Michigan State with 7. We will play a little bit of the victors. And, well, first, what were your thoughts on that period?
Well, I think if you had to go into this and the rivalry game and say, hey, or you take 1-1 after one, I would. I'm not, we've outshot them, which is a good sign. But I think there's a little bit of nerves. We still have some younger players, and they had a game late last night, but I think they're locked in now. They answered that goal really well. They
Absolutely.
can't be upset about that. So, our first period is typically our worst period. If that's
Indeed.
our worst period, we're good to go.
Absolutely. It is 1-1 here at the first intermission as they get the ice resurfaced, and we will be right back as we'll take a look at intermission scoreboard. But first, how about a little bit of the victors? It is 1-1 here at the first intermission. Michigan State scored first at 7:16 as it was a Spartan goal put in by Siciliano on the power play, about 8 seconds into the power play. Then at 5:18, 2 minutes and 2 seconds later, Michigan scores on the power play as Carr got it in the slot. Beautiful shot, put it just stick side, top right hand or top left hand corner, and we are all knotted up. 5:20 left to go here in the intermission. Let's take a look at your ACHA scoreboard report. Well, Michigan played yesterday, so let's look at what other action is happening. See if I can pull that up. Here we go. Taking a look back at Friday, January 19th. It was Aquinas and Michigan State all knotted up. I believe that was 2-2. Little D2 action here. That was University of Utah putting it on Montana State University 6-0. It was 10-1. Arizona State University beating University of Denver. It was Concordia beating Lake Superior State 2-1. Davenport fell. Grand Valley doubled them up 8-4. Lots of goals in that game. No score reported between Penn State and Miami University as of yet, at least. It was Lindenwood beating Maryville. Battle of two St. Louis teams, 3-2. And taking a look.
Wonder if they made them play outside. That would have been brutal.
Indeed.
Oh,
right now,
man.
that would be colder
Oh,
than.
man. I might not be broadcasting that one, Mark.
No doubt. Oh, the gear might freeze up at that moment.
Oh, sheesh.
Midland continues their winning ways as they double up Minot 4-2.
Wow. Minot.
And we know that Michigan beat University of Michigan Dearborn 3-1, and then Michigan Tech blanked University of Massachusetts Amherst. That in Fort Wayne, that was 5-0. So we got about 3 minutes left here. Now, coming off of getting this game tied up, what does Michigan have to do to make sure they get the lead and keep it here in the second?
Well, I like the way the shots are going, and so we got to stay in that groove, get those shots. We got to keep crashing nets. There's a lot of rebounds there.
Indeed.
A lot of traffic, and just take those long ones and have somebody in there. She can't stop what she can't see, and keep that up. At the same time, I talked to Coach Upton. I think we're going to try to close the gap on the forwards coming in, because I know that our defense can skate with them. There's a little reluctance to get caught, but you close that gap and try to stop some of those long shots on Sandy.
Indeed.
And turn it around quickly. So we can run. I don't think Rob can run. I don't think Michigan State can run 4 strong lines.
Yeah.
And so he's probably gonna have a little bigger fatigue issue than we would, because we can run 4. We'll see how that goes.
And they played last night as well, although they didn't. They had the bus trip probably yesterday. Obviously, they were already up here. So
and to his credit, they drove. They didn't take a bus because they don't have.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten that point, so that can be a little bit fatiguing on a player too.
Absolutely.
If you've got people who haven't driven up here, I mean, what do you do if you've got a girl from Florida who's never seen snow, and all of a sudden she's got lake effect? So, that's why we take a bus. We've had accidents before, and it's not safe. So.
Oh, absolutely. My wife can speak to this. A couple years ago when we had a Super Bowl, and it was horribly snowy that day. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. The company I worked for at the time had a big conference where they brought in people from Argentina and Australia, and half of them had no idea what snow was. So we had to call them all and say, hey, cancel the rental cars. You don't want driving this. We ended up taking 3 of them to Myers to buy new coats because they didn't have anything. That's tough, man. And not coming from this climate and being dumped into it's not easy.
It's fun to experience the snow with girls that have never seen it before. We've had a couple girls from California and stuff who had never seen it.
Yeah.
And having them enjoy it is wonderful. and get a kick out of it and make a snowball or make a snow angel or something. It's another thing to have them try to drive it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's not on my watch.
Look, anyone in this state knows that first snowfall, experienced drivers are all over the place.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure half the population forgets how to drive in it every year, but
And
that's
it's
okay.
different here than it is down south
Oh,
because
yeah.
up here they'll drive on packed powder,
Yep.
packed snow. Like we just got back from the Wyoming trip,
Yeah.
and everybody drives on. It's so much snow you drive on packed snow.
Yeah.
And they do that up here. Well, that's a lot different than in Ann Arbor, where
Yes.
you're not used to that at all. You might have a few hours before they put the salt down, but
Yeah.
it's shaky. And the bus had trouble getting in here to the
Yeah.
rink.
Yeah.
The road was not very clear, and she had trouble getting up the hill. I talked to her before the game, and it was a little exciting.
We saw 3 accidents on the way up, and that was a little nerve-wracking.
Wow.
The 3 different people had spun off the road on our way up, and so that definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
Again, if you're coming up, just be careful. We'd love to see you here. Got a lot of Michigan fans. If you come up tomorrow, just be careful. A little bit more weather on the roads here than down in Ann Arbor.
But it's warmer.
It is. So go figure.
It was 0 when I left and 22 when I got here. I know it warmed up during the day, but I still think it's warmer. Okay, we're going to start on the
Michigan
end this
going
time.
left to right, and that's sent ahead. Katie German trying to dump it in 1-1. Michigan with the lead. Daniels has it in the far corner, rims it around outside the near circle. Cevallos holds it in, trying to get to it. Matthews in the near corner. Matthews trying to fire it out in front. Zach Robelny steals it away. Cevallos at the near point. That slips back into the neutral zone.
Got a bad bounce off. Clean.
Oh, intercepted coming
KG.
in. Menzer with a shot and a goal. As that was just a tough puck got away right to Menzer, who didn't have to think long and put it right in, and that's tough for Ponnett to try and save. That's not easy.
No, that was a walk. Bad bounce off the blue line. Little pass that didn't go through, and then it was clear breakaway. Walked right in, top shelf, glove side. And that's 27 seconds into the period. So that's a huge momentum swing. Michigan's going to have to regroup.
Never really want to give up points in the last minute or the first minute of a period.
That's for sure.
'Cause that momentum can be big. Now Michigan trying to come back. They're back down a goal, 2-1. Michigan State with the lead. That puck back into the neutral zone. Leonard with it. Leonard fires it off the glass back into the far corner. Gustafson takes it right back behind her own goal. Sends it along the near boards. Trying to grab it.
They just got to remember there's a lot of game left. Just got to do what we do, not try to do too much. Use your teammates. This is not what they planned, but just be resilient. It's gonna all season. They're gonna come after us as our ranking is where it is.
I know it's easy for a coach to say, "Don't look at the scoreboard, focus on your shift." But as a player, that's got to be hard not to think about where you're at in the game.
Yeah, but I'm not a very good player, but I didn't look at the scoreboard that way. I just
No, that's fantastic.
Just did my job, which was take the puck away. I didn't put any in the nets. So
That onto the far circle, trying to roll it ahead. Hansen knocks it ahead. Here
we
comes
go.
Lindahl. Lindahl on the breakaway. Lindahl on the near circle. Lindahl comes in. Backhanded shot, and just off the side of the net. Oh, excellent opportunity and a good save by Maddox. That puck on the near circle as Siciliano tries to get it out of the zone.
puck was
And
really bouncing. They must have warmed him up.
Absolutely. On the far circle, that fired out. Mater had it. Now Michigan dumps it right back into the near corner.
Michigan
Fired
State
back.
did a pretty good job at not taking a penalty on that semi-breakaway.
Indeed. Santi gets it over to Mater. That is going to be offsides. Well, it's got to be very tempting when you see a breakaway and you just want to get that stick and hold them up just a little bit.
I guess you trust your goalie. That would be one where if you took the penalty there, you'd say it was a good penalty. Because, Julia's leading scorer. She's money on those. But she didn't have as much room as she wanted because the D was right on her.
They did a good job recovering. The Spartan D was right there coming in. And fired in by Campbell, picked up Michigan. Underneath the near circle, fired around by Kolwich into the far corner. Hung trying to get to it. Campbell puts it back to the far point. Picked up. Now held in
Nice play.
by Princeton. Now here comes Hung. Hung over center. That tipped away. Hung trying to get it back. Pulls it in. That tip back to the far point. But here comes Carr. Carr. She has the lone Michigan goal. Hung chipping it right at the far point. That slips back into the neutral zone. Grabbed. Here comes Kolwich. Kolwich fires it deep into the near corner. Carr chasing it into the near corner, trying to get away from Anderson. Flazar outside the near circle, back to Carr. Now Carr back to
Right in front.
Flazar.
Get in space. Get in space.
Flazar outside the near circle, back to Carr in the near corner, trying to pull that away. Flazar off the near boards. Now that into the slot to Hung. Hung with the shot. Oh, that just missed to the far side. There's a rebound and a shot by Carr into the near corner. Galassini has it there. Galassini trying to get it out of the zone, held in by Ceballos. That rims out into the far corner. Carr trying to pull that
body.
away.
Good job.
Galassini had it
Nice
there.
battle.
Now Campbell gets it back into the neutral zone. Ceballos over to KD German down the near boards. 17:02 left to go. Spartans with a 2-1
Boy,
lead.
what a terrible bounce on the boards.
Here comes Princeton. Princeton has it in the slot. That deflects out into
Good
the
play
end
by a
boards.
young defenseman there.
Absolutely. Here comes Katie German, banks it ahead. Intercepted by Galassini at center ice. Moves it over. Grabbed and fired ahead by Daniels.
We got numbers.
Here comes Michigan, and Daniels, the captain, knocks that away, sends it right back into the Michigan zone. Banked off of the near boards and into the Spartan bench.
That was a good shift by Ava Hung before, where she was back on D to help out as a center.
Absolutely.
Promote that. That's good.
16:31 left to go here in the second. 2-1. Spartans with the lead. Face-off in the near face-off circle of the Michigan zone. Controlled by Katie German.
Ooh.
Banked off the far boards. Triole with a shot. That knocked away. Good job by Katie German, who rims it around the far boards. Here comes Michigan. And just off of a skate, Cummings racing back to get it, battling Zagrabelny into the near corner. Ricocheted off the end boards. Now Swanson into the far corner. Swanson trying to pull that away. Swanson trying to dig it out. Grab Menzer trying to get to it.
Take
That
a
grab
shot.
by Katie German.
Nice.
Far
Hard
point
shot, nice.
out
Tip.
in front. Oh, Dixon with a good save there. Good tip out in front. Opportunity for the Maize and Blue. Dixon has been steady between the pipes. 15:59 left to go here in the second. Spartans up by a goal, 2-1. Malashevsky in to take the face off.
I got to say, the shots are a challenge to read just because of the lights that are out.
Indeed, it looks like it's 9-16. There's a shot by Izzy German that got deflected out. Wouldn't go in, and now it scores. Michigan able to put it in. The third rebound. Michigan is able to get it as Boyd Dixon made two beautiful saves, but couldn't make the third, and Hansen gets the goal.
Finishes. We missed so many chances there. Thank holy mackerel, they'll say.
Oh, boy,
My dad would say, great Scott, what happened there? Wow, that was fun.
Have mercy. It was Dixon made two gorgeous saves, and just the tenacity of Michigan going after the loose pucks. Hansen able to put it in.
Overcommitting on every single one of them and getting away with it, and then finally finishing.
Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl trying to work her way through traffic. That puck taken outside the near circle. Lindahl into the near corner.
There.
Out through the slot. That comes back. Top of the far circle, rimmed around by Gustafson and along the end boards. Lindahl trying to pull it away. She's pinned there by Leonard. Now that comes outside the far circle, trying to cycle it back.
Oh, that's
Lindahl
one.
ends up going down to
you
the
didn't
ice.
see that. Boy,
Yeah.
that was a trip.
Here comes Spartans, who fire it back deep. Mater trying to get to it. Gustafson chases it into the far corner, but that will be icing and head back the other direction.
I'm not sure that was.
That was close.
That was close. Yeah, Rob's not going to be happy about that one.
Oh.
They're going to do it at center ice because he didn't know the rule.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It was.
For us to win that race skating backwards, I Keegan is a great skater, but that was not a great call.
Again, the officials doing their best. And if you ever look and think you can do a better job, the MHSAA needs officials. We can't have the games we love without them.
I'm not allowed to criticize the officials on this staff.
I know. I just try and be fair. That's all.
You try to balance.
Indeed. Coming ahead, that tipped away. Down. Mater has it down the far boards. That tipped in along the far boards, and loose on the blue line, trying to pick it up. Flazar gets it over. Here comes Hung. Hung through center ice. Hung gains his own. Hung into the slot. Shot. Oh, good
Those
pad
tip
save.
shots are tough.
Hung into the near
She
corner.
is so strong.
Trying to grab it into
Point.
near
There
corner.
you go.
Here comes Carr. And cycle back over to Kolwich. Kolwich takes it right back behind the
Okay,
goal.
we only
gets
got
it over
1
to
point
Flazar.
right now.
Trying to move it over. Carr, that comes top of the near circle. Good job to tip it away as Slazar tried to grab it. Racing the other direction is Lieb. Lieb driven wide by Ferris. That puck. There's Ferris who fires it. Staying in. Good job by Galassini to keep it in. Boy, that was fantastic. Hung drives her wide into the far corner. Hung pulls that away. Ahead to Flazar. Here comes Slazar. Moves it over. Now Carr trying to come. That tipped away. Coming ahead.
Here we go.
Here comes Ferris. Ferris into the slot. Shot that was deflected off of a Spartan defender. Picked up the other direction.
Now we got numbers. We
Here
got to come
comes Lee.
back.
Carr down on the ice, not getting up, slow. There's a save by Ponith. Carr finally to her knees. We hope she's all right. That stick left on the ice, the puck into the near corner, chasing it back Matthews. Matthews moves it underneath the far circle. Here comes Michigan as they fire it ahead. That puck moved over to Cummings. Cummings racing ahead with it, gains the zone. Cummings puts it right back behind the goal, chasing it at Swanson. Swanson trying to pull it away. Zagrobelny back there. Swanson underneath the far circle. That knocked away by Mickelson. Loose back behind. Picked up
Wide
Michigan.
open in front.
Grabbed, and Schlee has it. Down the near boards, puck wouldn't settle down for Michigan. Swanson backhands it right back to the blue line, knocked back. Picking it up, here comes Renek. Renek down the far boards, fires it back into the Michigan end. 13:06 left to go here in the second. 2-2 is our score between these two teams. Picking it up, Matthews into the far corner. As the Spartans have scored first both times, Michigan able to answer back. Michigan would love to pick up the lead. But there's a shot by Siciliano, and that almost excellent chance by the Spartans as that deflected right out in front.
That's puck luck.
Siciliano almost got her second goal of the game. Here comes Leonard. As coming ahead, Leonard through center ice. Another Michigan stick goes down on the ice.
We need to put some tape on these sticks. Some glue
Loose out on the far side as Ponith doing a good job to keep tight to that far post. Able to finally get a glove on it and cover it up as they were banging away at it on the far side.
Sam's seeing a trainer, but now she's not. So that's a good sign.
It looked scary for a second. She was lying there for a second, and then thankfully she got up. But that's always a frightening moment. You love all these players playing their guts out, but you don't want to see any of them injured. Just as I say that, as we see right underneath the scoreboard, there's the Grand Traverse Surgery advertisement. So we hope we need nothing like that up here.
I was going to ask you, we're going to start selling spots so we can finance this thing.
Indeed, indeed. That comes ahead. Lindahl right at the blue line trying to pull it away. Grabbed by Mater. Mater back into the neutral zone. Here comes Malashevsky. Malashevsky down the far boards, puts it back deep. Chasing it is Siciliano back behind her own goal. Lindahl trying to get to it. That down the near boards. Lieb has been very good. That's stolen away by Lindahl. Lindahl on the near circle. Into the slot. Here comes Hansen. Hansen.
On the backhand, she
going
can do
deep.
it.
Hansen backhands it out in front. Lindahl trying to get to it. That loose in the far corner.
They're not going to leave Julia alone in front. She's too highly advertised.
That comes all the way back out into the neutral zone. Fired back deep by Gustafson. That puck slips right back behind the Spartan goal. Siciliano with it. 11:37 left to go here in the second. 2-2. Michigan has it in the neutral zone. Moved back over. Kolwich chases it in along the end boards of her own zone. Mater trying to get to it. Now Hansen gets it down into the neutral zone. Good leap by the linesman. Comes back to the Michigan blue line. Still battling for it right at the far point of the Michigan zone. Mater trying to dig that out. Hung back there trying to get it. Nelson in there as well. Now Carr trying to poke that away. Still loose. Still against those dashers.
All that does is hurt my knees watching.
Indeed, absolutely. As they poke away, as Coach Ned says, trying to crowbar to get it out.
Yeah.
It comes all the way back. Gustafson trying to get to it. Into the near corner now, swings it into the far corner. Kolwich trying to get to it. Dangerous opportunity as Nelson trying to get to it before Michigan could. Now racing ahead with it. Here comes into the far corner, trying to play it back to Simmer. Hung trying to hold it in. That back into the neutral zone.
Same team, guys.
Backhanded, trying to grab it. Now Campbell trying to move it out of the zone. That pull back through the neutral zone right to center ice. Here comes Nelson. Over to Princeton. Princeton. Top of the far circle, just misses Nelson in the slot into the near corner. Good luck for Michigan there coming in. Here comes Galassini on the near circle, shot there. Knocked away by Ponith into the near corner. That puck in along the end board. Ceballos rims it all the way to Simmer into the far corner. Simmer sends it back to Ceballos in the near corner. Ceballos trying to get it out of the zone. Battle for it on the near circle. Ceballos has it poked away. Here comes Flazar. Flazar.
Who's
over
with her?
zone
Who's
blue
with her?
line.
Who's with her? Who's with her?
Flazar down the far boards. Flazar trying to
Oh.
move it back to center. As Simmer trying to get to it. That fired ahead. Intercepted. Here comes Triolet down the near boards over to Galassini and back down the far boards to Daniels.
Oh, trouble. Step up. There you go.
There into the slot. That move banked off of the near board. Zagrabelny fires it right back into the Michigan zone. Grabbing it back behind. Here comes Ceballos. Ceballos underneath the near circle. Ceballos gets it ahead. Cummings moves it into the neutral zone. Zagrabelny at center ice gets it over to Triolet. Triolet ahead. Here comes Menzer. Menzer had the second goal
There.
for the Spartans. That knocked away Menzer. In along the end boards.
Deep
Moves it
slot.
underneath.
Deep slot. That's the
Into
one.
the slot.
What a block.
Is good block. That
No
loops
trouble.
and covered up.
Ooh.
Oh, what a save by Poneth.
On her
But
knees.
Swanson going down to block that shot.
Yeah, that's hometown Swanson there. Wow. You know,
9-10.
I think Michigan may have to try dumping it. They're trying to do too much pretty stuff on the break-in. I think they can handle the defensive breakout, the breakout from the Spartans, but
It's just
got to
feel-
get it in there.
It's felt very chaotic the last couple
Oh,
minutes.
Absolutely. A lot of breakdown.
And puck into the near corner is trying to get it out. Is Katie German shot by Siciliano. Poked all the way outside the far circle by Poneth. Here comes Hansen back into the neutral zone. Here comes Michigan intercepted. Trying to fire it ahead. Siciliano trying to get it to Motter. Grabbed by Gustafson who puts it back into the neutral zone. That
that's-
lifted all the way back down as little collision against the boards. Here comes the Spartan Siciliano through center ice, top of the near circle. Siciliano trying to make a move. That got knocked down and into the near corner. Here comes Michigan. Over center ice. Lindahl banks it against the far boards. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gains his own. Top of the far circle. Her stick was lifted, but Lindahl goes the other way. Lindahl underneath the circle trying to get it over to Malashevsky. Malashevsky with a shot off the side of the net. All the way back to Katie German at the far point. Katie German
Smart
into
play.
the far corner. Malashevsky back behind the
Who's
goal.
in front?
Underneath the near circle, Malashevsky. Now
Right
comes
now, right
into
now,
a
right
shot.
now, right now.
Malashevsky moves in, shot. Oh, good job deflecting it by the Spartans, but that was a beautiful opportunity.
Oh, they let her walk right through the center. The Red Sea's parted there.
Oh, that tipped off of his skate as Lindahl trying to fire it in the front, coming
got
the other
numbers.
direction.
They gotta do it.
Here comes Lieb. Lieb is going to dump it deep. Izzy German chasing Lieb into the near corner.
Watch the late trailer.
Goes back behind the goal as that puck right back behind the Michigan goal now fed ahead, held in, top of the far circle by Menzer as racing into the near corner, trying to pull that away.
Good play, good play, good play.
And fired all
goes
the way
Sam.
around as Renek
She's got
had an
3 to get
opportunity.
around. She may have a blade problem now.
And coming all the way in, Galassini into the near corner. 7:27 left to go. That's going to be a icing and head right back into Michigan zone. 18 shots on goal by the Wolverines, 13 for the Spartans. But the big board says 2-2, and that's what matters.
The big board.
Well, the
Ooh.
kind of, the one to the right is a little
The
bigger.
numbers at the top.
Indeed, absolutely. There you go. The puck back behind. Hey, it's bigger. It's bigger than anything I have here. So, coming down, Carr fires it all the way back deep, bounces against the dasher, put into the far corner. Zach Robelny trying to help it around. That comes Hung.
Nice.
Good job to keep it in. Now Carr trying to spin on it.
Okay,
And
here we
fired
go, here we
Carr
go.
on the far circle
Ooh,
shot.
we're
Oh, just a
kicking
little
field
high.
goals.
As Schlee has it outside the near circle. That just had a little too much air on it.
Yep, we're getting them a little high.
And banked off of the near boards. Here comes Kolwich into her own zone. Mickelson coming behind her. Kolwich peels her off against the net. Now moves it over to Ferris. Ferris banks off the near board, trying to get
Tough
it to
play.
Flazar. And picked
busy.
up. Here comes Hung. Hung banks it all the way over to Carr outside the far circle.
Go
Carr
wide, guys.
backhands it all the way into the neutral zone. Spartans grab it. Here comes Menzer right back into the Michigan end. Top of the near circle. Menzer with a shot and a save.
Oh, no. Wow, she
I
wants
thought it
that
was
one.
a save by Poneth, but somehow it slips past.
Wow, she wants that one back. That is not Sandy right there. She is not going to be happy about that one. That's it. She's going to close the door unless it's a freak goal from here on out. Wow.
That was, it looked like she had it, then just a weird little hop, and it is 3-2 It is 3-2.
That's why you shoot. She's got a good shot.
Spartans goal. Did you see who scored that? I missed.
This one just then?
Yeah.
You were calling Menzer's name, I thought,
There you
when
go.
she
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, Menzer. Yep.
Trying to forget.
Indeed.
You know, the happiest creature on the earth, right, is that goldfish, because it's got a 10-inch
10-second memory.
10-second memory.
There you
10-inch memory. They can't remember a thing.
That puck sent back. Menzer, second goal of the game. That fired ahead.
Right to the ref.
And picked up, and they're trying to move it ahead. Christensen out there now, grabbed by Galassini. Galassini back to her own blue line, puts it down the far boards. That fired in by Anderson. Outside the far circle, Lieb has it into the far corner. Lieb trying to get that poked away as Gustafson trying to grab it back to the far point. Shot there, deflected into the near corner, trying to pull it away. Santi, now Christensen back there trying to dig it out of the corner as that puck, Galassini puts it into the near corner. Santi trying to pull it away. Galassini top of the near circle, shot there.
Couldn't see it. Another
Good
rebound.
save by Poneth. That puck
Come on,
loose.
guys.
Here comes Christensen, gets it to the far point, but that held in. There's a shot sticked into the near corner. Galassini racing to get it. Michigan gets it back into the neutral zone. Spartans with the 3-2 lead. They have scored. They scored first. Michigan tied it up. They scored and got their second goal. Michigan tied it up, and now it's 3-2 Spartans.
The resiliency that the Spartans have demonstrated is, a
Indeed.
valuable asset.
Absolutely. Anderson, that's going to be icing, and they'll head right back into Michigan zone. Shots on goal now very close. 18 for Michigan, 16 for the Spartans. They've really turned it on the last couple minutes.
Yeah. Well, goal scoring is contagious, and a lot of teams, I think, get defeated and try to do too much to get it by Sandy, and they've just had a goal that has really lit up their hope.
Indeed.
They've managed to stay in this game, and we give them that hope. So we've got to take it away.
4:56 left to go here in the second. That's a shot. Poneth knocks it away. Back, Ferris back behind the goal Ceballos trying to dig it out. That back to the near point. Now here comes Michigan moving it over. Lindahl stolen away by Siciliano. Read that pass. Siciliano outside the near circle. Centering attempt. And sticked outside the far circle by Poneth. Michigan trying to get it out. There's a penalty. Cross-checking called. As I think Michigan's going to go into the box. That's going to be Katie German into the box.
We got to make faster passes. We're telegraphing them and sending them too slow. They're reading it and jumping on them.
So Michigan down by a goal and now down a player for the next 2 minutes. 3-2 Spartans with the lead. 4:32 left to go here in the second.
Got to fire up now. Got to get through this.
Absolutely.
Use this as a building block.
Face off to Poneth's right in the near face-off circle. Daniels in to take the face-off. Malashevsky on the other side. Daniels into the near corner. Takes it back behind the goal. Daniels underneath the far circle. Good job to knock it away on a centering attempt, but that deflected. Izzy German with it on the near circle. Spartans. That's a shot that Poneth caught it with the blocker. And that'll slip all the way down the ice.
Emily is so solid.
1 minute, 37 seconds left in the power play. 4:06 left to go here in the second. 3-2. Spartans with the lead. Lieb sends it ahead. Here comes Menzer. Menzer with 2 goals today.
Don't let her shoot.
And
Don't let her shoot.
Menzer walking in. Shot saved by Poneth. Now
harder.
Daniels
There we
has
go.
it.
Thank you.
Back into the neutral zone. Leonard has it at her own at center ice. Leonard over to Menzer down the near boards. Menzer gains his own. Menzer outside the near circle.
Keying on Menzer, that's for sure.
There's Leonard, high slot shot. That got deflected by Malashevsky. Now Carey has it outside the far circle. Carey comes high slot. Carey with a shot, and that knockdown. Poneth trying to get a stick on it. That banked ahead. Menzer has it, top of the near circle. Spartans keeping pressure on.
Yeah, we look tired.
All the way around the far boards. Here comes Michigan down the far boards. That fired all the way back deep. As Cummings goes or Malashevsky goes
All
for a
5.
line change. So we changed all 5 players.
Well, 4 actually.
Well, 4,
But,
yes.
yeah.
35 seconds left to go. Here comes Lieb. Lieb outside the near circle. Lieb trying to skate in. And right back behind the Michigan goal. Kolwich with it there. Collision into the far corner. Kolwich fires it all the way down the ice. Galassini chases it back to her own blue line. 20 seconds left in the Spartan advantage. All the way down, grabbed at the blue line. Ferris trying to fire it back deep. Michigan able to clear it. 12 seconds left on the power play. 2:41 left to go here in the second. 3-2. Spartans with the lead. Michigan would love to get this game tied up before going into
like
the second intermission.
We're going to kill it unless this score here. Yeah, we're even.
Michigan back to
Okay,
full
we gotta
strength.
Use that. Got to use that.
Galassini
Not let her shoot
on the
here.
far
oh,
circle.
is she wide open?
That comes wide. Now back to the near point, held in by Nelson. Nelson
Oh, there's a penalty on us.
skating in as apparently a penalty on Michigan.
Oh, we're losing it here. Come on, guys.
That's going to be a tripping call against Michigan, so they will be shorthanded, barring anything else happening for 2 minutes, the next 2:15 in this period.
Did you see it, Mark?
I did not, but it might have been after the puck had left. It is now 19 shots by the Spartans, 18 by Michigan, and Michigan is on the penalty kill.
So we've had 4 shots this period, I think.
The Spartans have really looked good this period. As that puck bounces right back into the neutral zone, grabbing at Menzer in along the near boards. Simmer back to provide pressure. Now coming ahead with it. Here comes Leonard. Leonard gains the zone down the far boards. Leonard has Matthews watching her. Leonard into the far
24
corner,
wide
goes
open.
back behind the goal.
Oh, my God, too late.
And in front,
Trouble.
that knock save.
Oh, man.
Deflected all the way out. Pontiff having to work hard on that one.
Sheesh. They had an open center and then 2 beautiful shots.
1 minute, 30 seconds left to go here in the power play to the Spartans. 1:40 left to go here in the second. Michigan trying for a shorthanded goal. Matthews
send it back. There you go.
gets it back to the near point. Katie German deflects it, trying to get it back into the near corner for Matthews. Michigan killing some time. 1:15 left to go in the power play.
Matthews is an amazing chaos creator. The
Puck.
point. There you go. Put it on net.
Back to the far point. There's a
Little more on
shot.
it.
Got
There we go.
deflected. Now, Hansen. Puck wouldn't settle down. Coming ahead. Here comes Carey for the Spartans. Carey gains the zone outside the near circle. Drop pass back to Menzer. Menzer with the shot goes into the far corner.
When we've got numbers like that back, we've got to take that, challenge that player.
As that puck ahead, Hansen fires it. That goes all the way down, cleared with 45 seconds left to go here in the Spartan power play. 56 seconds left in the second period. 3-2. Spartans
nice.
with the lead. Hansen into the near corner. Took that off of its skate.
Boy, I
as
don't know
she's
about
pinned
that.
against the boards.
That's pretty checky.
Did indeed look a little bit like a body check coming around at banked.
The only reason
all
it
the way
wasn't
ahead.
worth is because Lucy's such a strong player. 2-on-1.
Here comes Michigan on the far circle trying to get to it as
That's a
Ferris
hook.
gets hooked
We're
up.
gonna get. She's gonna call a hook here, I think.
It looked like a hook there as Spartan player
did.
pleading her case.
Okay, here's
but
what happened there. He was gonna call a check and he didn't, and then there was a hook and she held her stick.
Yeah,
So we got a little bit of benefit on that one, I think.
So hooking call, we'll have 4-on-4 for the next 13 seconds.
And we get to start the period on a man advantage.
And we'll have a power play. So Michigan will have a very short 14-second power play, barring anything else happening at the end of this period. Michigan down by 1, Spartans 3, Michigan 2. Puck goes all the way down the Michigan zone,
That could be icing.
and that will get all the way back, and icing
Should've
waved
been
off. Gustafson gets it over to Katie German. Katie German trying to avoid pressure. Michigan to full strength, 12 seconds left to go, coming down the near boards. The puck goes all the way back into the far corner. Carr chasing it. That
Icing?
is going to be icing.
Oh, God.
6 seconds left to go here in the second. 3-2, Michigan State with the lead. At this point, Michigan probably just wants to get out of this period, get regrouped, and hit the third. Six seconds left in this period. 3-2, Spartans with the lead. Malashevsky trying to get it, the puck into the near corner. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that will do it. That is the end of the second. At the end of 2, it is 3-2. Spartans with the lead. It was 1-1 at the end of the first, but 2 goals in the second. One at 19:33. That was Menzer with a goal. Michigan answered back at 15:50 as Hansen able to get the equalizer, but then Menzer with her second of the game at 6:29. It was a shot that Bonnet thought she had, and somehow it just managed to skip past. And that's where we are at. So we'll play.
We all thought she had it.
Absolutely.
She thought for sure. That's for sure. We all thought. Yeah, that's a frustrating one. It got really messy. It got sloppy. We got away from our game. I think they're going to probably – I'm hoping they're talking about dumping it in and putting a little pressure on the Spartan defense because I don't think they can handle our forecheck. But just trying to walk them every time and then let them come out easily is not working as well as I think dumping and grinding.
And Spartans have been very good, especially in the neutral zone, at getting in the way of our passes as well. They have really had good sense as to where to be in those passing lanes to steal those away from us. So.
Yeah. Well, it's, we wanted people in the seats. We wanted a close, tight one. We wanted more gray hair for me. As long as it stays in my head, I guess I don't care about the color.
Indeed, absolutely.
This is making me old. This is not supposed to happen when you're doing the commentary. I care too much. Oh, boy.
I white knuckle plenty of these and do my best not to let it show too much on the broadcast. But big third period coming up. Michigan down a goal. It is the third period, so you know what time it is. It's time for Can't Turn You Loose, and then we'll come back with the Michigan Scoreboard Report. You're watching Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. Michigan State up 3-2 at the second intermission.
Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his blues band. Gary Lewis and his blues band.
get that back on. We are here at the intermission, where it is 3-2, Spartans with the lead over your Wolverines. And now it's time for your Michigan scoreboard report, taking a look at action for the University of Michigan yesterday. Michigan swimming and diving, men's swimming and diving. That was a loss to Indiana, 182-118. That was in Ann Arbor. Women's swimming and diving lost to Indiana as well, 152-148. Wrestling, Penn State won that one 27-9. They are number one in the nation. In tennis, women's tennis versus Oklahoma State, it was a 4-2 loss. But before you think it was all losing yesterday, the men's hockey team took it to the Spartans 7-1. So we're going to hope that the women's team here can borrow a few of those goals and make it happen in the third period, because we would love a hockey sweep of the Spartans. Happening today, tennis, or track and field, both men's and women's, are at the Simmons Harvey Invitational. Swimming and diving, men's and women's, are versus Ohio State, that down in Columbus. Ohio State actually already won that one for the women's, 184-116, and for the men, 163-137. And in water polo, Michigan lost in overtime to Hawaii out in Fresno, California, 14-11. In gymnastics, Michigan beat Army, number 12 Army, 412.5 to 382.950. Water polo, Michigan is versus number 9 Fresno State. And again, it is going to be Michigan versus Michigan State. Michigan State, number 7 in the nation. That's going to be at Yost tonight. I believe the one last night was in East Lansing. So that wasn't the duel in the D. I know that's coming up pretty quickly here. I followed the men's team a lot more when I wasn't doing this, and a lot more. But would love to be with this women's team, and hoping that they can have a big third period. What do they have to do to start off quick and strong, Coach Ned, to get this game equalized early in the third? And I have to turn his mic on. That would be good, wouldn't it?
I do better when it's not on. We keep more people listening. I'll tell you, they got to shake off this letting Michigan State back in every time they get close, and they've got to jump on it themselves. They got to get organized. They got to settle down. I mean, that was just a chaotic, frustrating period.
Yeah.
They've got to help Sandy out too much. Certainly the last couple of years, she has been the reason that we do as well as we do.
Yeah.
But you can't expect a goalie to do that every single game.
No.
So it's a good time for leadership to rally and say, look, maybe Sandy's fighting it a little bit. I mean, everybody has good days and bad days. Let's step up and support her. And how about we don't let them have any more shots and we play in their end? I mean, it's energy is contagious. They've just got to ignore the scoreboard and play their game. We've got the players. We've got the offense. It's just a matter of putting it together and not letting the Spartans get in our head.
Again, Spartans have been in the passing lane. They've been first to the puck a bunch. They've been really.
Yeah, and they keep coming back. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coming in waves. So it was a chaotic second, hoping it'll be a little bit more Michigan-centric third period as Pontus skates down to the right. Michigan skating from right to left. Forgive any Spartan viewers out there, but we are the Michigan broadcast team, so you know where our rooting interest is.
Yeah,
but it has been a very good shot. You got to give credit where credit is due. This Spartan team hasn't gotten down when Michigan has answered back. They haven't lost their heads. They've kept on it, and they've really been giving a lot of effort.
So we're going to start this on the power play. It's not on the board. And I thought, why in the world is Sam playing D? But then I realized, because we're on the power play.
Indeed. Michigan has a power play. They'll get it set. They got 2 minutes up there, and it's
there we go. They're gonna
like 1:30 or something like that. Yeah. Again, they don't make these scoreboards easy to use. Someday some will make it a little bit easier. But
if you've ever run them, they are not intuitive. And, a lot of these rinks don't put new ones in.
Yeah. I've had to help a few people up in the Pioneer press box with that Daktronic up there, and I know just enough to be dangerous. I know that you got to hit enter first before you hit start or it doesn't go, but it's not easy. And so a lot of the times it's volunteers, parents who haven't done it, who step up, and we appreciate that. It takes a lot of people. You got to have someone to announce things. You got to have someone in each penalty box. You got to have someone run the score, and that's a lot of volunteers. So we appreciate all the folks who are volunteering here and who do a great work at Yost, too, and help us have our games at Yost.
Yeah, those guys are great. 8 years ago, when Rob had left, we paid to have the big scoreboard used that game, and because we'd never done it when he was there, we thought we'd get in his head a little bit and have that up.
Yeah.
And we were all set to do it, and we realized we didn't know this. I don't know if it's still true. It's run out of Chrysler,
Which is crazy to have that big board run out. So someone's across the
Apparently, that's what they told us. They couldn't get it to work. Somebody needed to be in Chrysler to make it functional. And
wow.
I didn't ask for the details. I just said, okay, we'll take our $100 back.
There you go. Well, I mean, it would be cool to see, but yeah, that's tough. And they're still trying to get this clock figured out here now.
Yeah.
So they came over and talked to Ponith, and hopefully everything is copacetic that way. Yeah, I mean, it can't be easy to run one of those big things. It doesn't make sense to me that you would have the cables over to. I mean, it's not like it's Michigan Stadium and Chrysler's right there. Yost is a little ways away, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's what they told me. But I'm non-confrontational. I didn't argue with them.
And it well could be, and it might not be that way now. Michigan trying to come into the zone. Michigan on the power play wow, they almost gave them the whole 2 minutes. I'm not going to argue about that. 1:47 left to go. As that puck on the far circle, there's a shot, and saved by Maddox into the near corner.
Nice play.
Grabbing and trying to fire it in, that all the way out. Hansen hands it outside the far circle. Hansen making a move back to Gustafson at the far point. Gustafson comes high slot back to Hansen, top of the far circle. Hansen back to Gustafson, high slot, trying to get Michigan State out of position. Top of the near circle is Carr trying to get it to Hung, but that tipped away again. Getting into that passing lane was Menzer. Hung now back behind the goal, trying to fire it over to Malashevsky. Hung still with it on the far circle. Now Hung gets it back to Gustafson. There's a shot and a glove save.
We look like we're stuck in mud. I don't understand why I know you want to be controlled and you want to be confident, but it just doesn't seem like we're doing anything fast. And we're kind of flat. I don't understand.
19:03 left to go here in the third. 1:04 left in the power play. 3-2. Spartans with the lead. Michigan trying to get the equalizer on this power play. Flazar chases it back behind. That puck comes right back to the near point, back into the neutral zone. Loose on the blue line as Michigan grabs it. Katie German back in her own zone. Katie German deflects it off the far boards. Flazar has it. A little miscommunication. Two Michigan players collide. Katie German coming down the near boards.
Sums up the power play so far.
Indeed. That comes all the way back. Lindahl chases it back in her own zone. 18:40 left to go here in the third. 40 seconds left in the Michigan power play.
See, Julia's not going to put up with this. She's going to
moved over.
Take it into her own hands.
I think that they just called the power play over and they couldn't get the time fixed, which is just confusing for your local broadcaster, but that's okay. Here comes Lindahl in the far corner as Spartans back to full strength.
Need somebody at the point. She's looking for help.
Lindahl moves it back behind, trying to fire it out in front is Flazar. Flazar sends it. That move back into the far corner.
See, it's even, so they're not pressing us. They don't know it's even.
Lindahl at the far point.
Nice
Lindahl
move.
trying to come in. Lindahl coming in. That chipped, banked off of the near board. Swanson fires it back behind that off of the referee. Skates out in front, and a chance for Cummings. Wouldn't settle down for her into the far corner. That fired all the way out to Motter. Motter trying to get back past the Michigan defense. Moves it over, coming in. Lieb skates all the way in.
What a save.
And a save by Ponith.
There's what we needed. Shut
Highlight
the door.
Real save
Shut
as that
the
comes
door.
all the way back.
Sandy's had enough. She's going to have to take this help.
Triolet back in her own zone, 3-2. Spartans with the lead. 17:30 left to go here in the third.
There we go.
Triolet has it knocked away. Carr trying to get to it, banked off of the near board, right back into the Michigan zone. Here comes Izzy German. That poked away from her.
Go.
Puck down the far boards, and that moved over. Carr trying to get to it. Do you think the fact that the Spartans got to play in this rink yesterday, so they kind of know how the boards work and everything has helped them out today?
It hasn't hurt. I mean, they're really lively dashers. I don't know whether we're really telegraphing. We can't get a path through the neutral zone for anything.
Carr goes down. That picked up. Coming in. Here comes Simmer. Simmer outside the near circle. Simmer into the near corner. Trying to fire it
there
out
it
in
is,
front.
right there.
Out in front. Trying to
Yes,
knock away, and
it's
they
in.
score.
Yeah, it's
Michigan with
good.
the goal.
They got to just dump it in and chase. That's how they've got to do it. They're just not doing it otherwise. And
Are they? No.
Oh,
Did they just wave it
they
off?
just wave it off then. Hold it. He showed that there was a goal, and then he took it away, or was it a penalty?
I don't know. Izzy German skating past, so it looks like it's a goal. I think it's a.
Trip. Must have been he had his hand up for a. I thought it was a goal, but it must have been a trip. Wow, that's not good.
So Spartans with the penalty, Michigan on the power play. They thought they had a goal, and the official talking to Coach Tribbs, and Michigan skated through the line. Izzy German thought she had a goal there, but it must have been called a penalty beforehand. Spartans must have touched it, and that blown dead right before the goal crossed the line.
I was going to say, you can score and still sit a penalty in this league. But if it's a dead, if it's a misinterpreted raised hand,
Yeah.
that was very confusing.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was confused. That puck back, Michigan on the
Well,
power
you know
play.
what was great about the players is they sold it. We've been telling them that if there's a question, then you got to sell it.
Absolutely coming down. Here comes the Spartans down the near boards, fired all the way back deep. Poneth puts it into the far corner. Michigan on the power play, 1 minute 44 seconds. Spartans up 3-2. Michigan, hopefully that goal taken away doesn't give Michigan any anti-momentum. Coming ahead, here comes Hung. Hung into the zone. Hung top of the near circle, moves it over to Hansen. Puck wouldn't settle down, and that's pulled away as it got caught in the skates. Back into the neutral zone. Gustafson has it at her own blue line. Fires it ahead. As that ahead, here comes Carr. Carr almost gains his own, now gains his own. Carr doing a good job to stay on sides. That shot.
Another field goal. Damn.
Yeah, I think it tipped off of a defender's stick. That back to Katie German at the near point. Katie German, top of the near circle. Here comes Carr. Carr with a shot. Trying to get a tip by
There she is in
Malashevsky
front.
out in front.
Shoot,
as
through,
here
through,
comes
through.
Hansen. Hansen with the shot. That got deflected again.
Up in the
Up
netting.
into the netting as the defender got their stick in the way.
That's good, though. We're grinding away in there.
56 seconds left in the penalty to the Spartans. 15:48 left to go in the third. Michigan had a goal waved off due to the penalty being called, and the Spartans, I believe, touching the puck before it crossed the line. So they'll need to score again to try and get this game level. Leonard into the far corner. Comes back, Triolet has it in along the end boards. Michigan trying to steal that away as trying to pull that out. Cummings in there as well as Flazar. Flazar trying to poke that back, still trying to work at it. Still digging, levering, trying to battle off as they move Triolet off the boards. Now into the near corner. Michigan with it. Michigan. High slot over to Katie German. Katie German fires it out in front, and there is a goal, or a save, excuse me, not goal. Wishful thinking. Battle right in the slot as Cummings was taken down right in that slot there.
20 shots. This is, that's not a terrible number, but when you consider how many we had after the first, through the second stanza, or through the first stanza, we got it up at.
Katie German has it. That tipped again, getting into the lane. Katie German back in along the near boards, right at the near point, trying to move it over. Over to
nice.
Swanson. Swanson outside the near circle. Swanson puts
Give
it
and
back,
go.
gets it back.
Oh,
That
she had
shot.
Julia too there. Wow.
All
That's
the
a
way
good try.
back to Katie German. Katie German moves it.
That would have been huge.
Now grabbed at the far point. Lindahl fires it back. 3 seconds left in the power play.
Because of the nature of the goal.
Spartans back to full strength. Lindahl outside the far circle. Gets it over to Flazar. Flazar back behind Flazar, trying to move it out in front.
Nowhere in front. That should be a
She's
trip.
pinned by Lieb. Now coming the other direction. The Spartans feed it ahead. Coming down Motter. Motter through center ice. Motter gains the zone. There's a shot. Good block by Ferris, taking it back from behind. Here comes Katie German down the far boards. That puck brought ahead. Here comes Michigan gaining the zone. Lindahl coming in. Shot and a save.
Nice move.
Well, beautiful job to come in. Just couldn't get it past Maddox. As McCallick into the near corner. That comes away. Here comes the Spartans as Lieb comes over the blue line, brings it down the far boards. Tipped away. Good job. Here comes Kolwich down the far boards. That puck loose at center ice. Racing over to get it. Michigan moves it back to their defensive pairing. Ferris feeds it ahead right at center ice. Anderson had it. Now McCallig tips it back. Santi trying to chase it. McCallig and Santi pinned against the boards right by the near point. Spartans come away with it. Matthews steals it between three defenders. Matthews coming in.
We need a hero. We need a hero here.
And puck tipped back. Now Lieb, who has played well all game long, has it pinned against the boards.
Way to move in, Kira.
Comes back into the far point. Galasini has it. That puck comes outside the far circle. Now fired ahead, racing down with it. And knocked away as Renick has it. Renick fighting through some traffic.
Wow, we had
Kolwich
five
trying
players
to take
back.
that away. McCallig outside the near circle. 13-17 left to go here in the third. 3-2. Spartans with the lead. Michigan trying to get this game equal.
Good.
That back into the neutral zone. Anderson fires it right back in. Schlee touches up. Now Kolwich. That puck just slips back behind. That fired out in front. Knocked down.
Get
loose,
there, get there,
top
get
of the
there,
near
get there, get there.
circle. Michigan trying to get over with it. And that puck loose outside the near circle. As there's a shot by Zagrabelny into the far corner. Schlee has it outside the far circle, trying to get it over to Mickelson. Hung trying to grab that puck outside the far circle. Kolwich trying to peel it out of there, as well as Hung battling Mickelson. Comes back to the far point. Zagrabelny with a shot that hit someone out in front. As that pulled back into the near corner. McCallig trying to knock it away. The puck pinned against the boards outside the near circle. Mickelson in there as well. Here comes Hung. Hung ahead, and again, Zagrabelny getting in the way of that pass as it comes all the way back. Zagrabelny has it at center, fires it all the way back deep as Gustafson chases it.
They're just pinning us deep. We've got players that aren't rushing to the puck, supporting.
Here comes Gustafson underneath the far circle. Gustafson trying to weave her way through traffic. Gustafson.
Tough to do
And
that
along
when
the
you're
near
the
boards.
last player.
Here comes Carr. Carr trying to poke it ahead as Menzer chases it back. That
There we
grab by
go.
Daniels. Knocked down.
Good job,
Carr
Sam.
trying to get to it. And back right to center ice. Hung trying to bring it ahead. Here comes Carey. Carey into the Michigan zone. Carey with a shot and a good save by Panev.
They're still carrying the play. Well, there has to be a little bit of desperation here.
11:42 left to go here in the third. 3-2. Spartans with the lead. They have a 22-20 lead on the shots and goal as well. Face off. Deponent's left in the near face-off circle. Daniels in to take the face-off. Malashevsky on the other side. That puck loose back behind. Gustafson has it back behind Panev. Gustafson underneath the near circle. That puck right at the near point, held in by Daniels, knocked away in the slot. Good job by Izzy German coming down the far boards. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl gains his own.
Got to use
Lindahl
her teammate.
trying to get past that, knocked away right back to the
Come on, Izzy.
far
Now's the
point.
time.
Izzy German holds it in. Izzy German gets it on the near circle. That back wouldn't settle down. Daniels fires it all the way back down the ice,
It could be ice.
and it's icing. 11:11 left to go here in the third. As 3-2, Spartans with the lead as Coach Nedden and my hair gets grayer by the moment.
Oh man, this is frustrating. I just know that Spartan. I'm not taking anything away from the Spartans.
They're playing well.
They're
playing very well.
They're taking us off our game.
Malashevsky trying to take the face off. That puck get along the near boards as Spartans control. Bringing it down is Menzer. Menzer trying to skate past, gaining the zone. Still gets a good shot away. This is that puck outside the far circle. Menzer with 2 goals in this game. Malashevsky's pass, that got deflected off of a Spartan skate, and now Ceballos fires it ahead. That puck right at the blue line, picked up. Here comes Michigan. Lindahl backhands it ahead as grabbing it Hansen. Hansen gains the zone. Now Malashevsky with it. Malashevsky as she has that knocked away as Triolet with some good defense. Katie German at the near point. Now Malashevsky outside the near circle. Triolet has that pinned. Hansen goes back behind the goal. Hansen is put into the boards. The puck outside the far circle.
That's a nice way to check. Oh my.
Here comes Motter. Motter has it knocked away. The puck outside
See,
the far circle.
Katie got walked, and then she got mad, and that's too bad.
Penalty on Michigan. We could really use a shorthanded goal here. 10-17 left to go here in the third. 3-2. Spartans with the lead.
She's frustrated too. She knows the team's having a tough time. She's trying to inspire them, but got to be smart.
Face-off in the near face-off circle. It's got to be hard when you're trying to do your best to not end up doing a little bit too much out there.
Yep, and to lead and to organize all this, it's hard to do everything she does and then have to put it all away and come play and be one of the best on the ice.
Here comes Matthews, who fires it all the way down the ice.
Nothing but respect.
Leonard has it. Leonard goes back behind the goal. 1 minute 36 seconds left in the Michigan State power play. 9:48 left to go here in the third. Spartans up 3-2. Gustafson chases it. That's going to be icing. That will bring it all the way back into the Spartan zone. 1:26 left to go here in the power play for Michigan State. 9:43 left to go here in the third. Michigan looking for the equalizer, down a goal, 3-2. Cummings in to take the face off. Gustafson back behind. Izzy German out there as well as Swanson. Gustafson with the shot.
Great
looking
shot.
for a short-handed goal.
Didn't get through.
Oh, boy, would that be lovely. The puck outside the near circle. Swanson chases it back behind, trying to pull that away from Galassini. Now Carey has it underneath the far circle. Carey brings it ahead. Makes a good move over the blue line through center ice. Carey
Pick her up.
gains the zone. Carey outside the near circle. Carey into the near corner. 1 minute left to go on the Spartan power play. Carey outside the far circle now. Carey skating around the Michigan zone, leaves it for Nelson as she goes off for a change.
Nobody
There's a
in
glove
front.
save.
That's perfect. That was easy.
Saved by Ponith with 52 seconds left in the power play. 9:09 left to go in the third.
We are closing that gap on walking in. I don't think this aim is ending 3-2, Mark. Just hoping.
Absolutely. Hopefully Michigan gets it tied up, and then we can see what happens.
Is he going to drop it back? Oh, there we go.
I don't. He was obviously talking to players, but it did look like the
He was
official
going
was
to drop
about
it to
to
a
drop
wing.
it.
To a wing. We're going to drop this to a wing.
Well, you know, why not make it a little bit more exciting? Puck into the near corner. Ferris trying to pull it away. Comes right back behind the Michigan goal into the far corner. Here comes Kolwich. Kolwich lifts it all the way off the glass, all the way down the ice.
Go in the net. Oh, man.
We can't get that lucky.
That was rolling.
And those are tough. Sometimes they'll knuckle ball forward. Here comes the Spartans.
I played
Schlee
goal.
gains
It's
the
not
zone,
pretty.
and offsides the call.
You can't beat a team that doesn't understand offsides. You're in trouble. Oh,
And it looked like they were setting something up, and just the timing just wrong on that. 8:41 left to go here in the third. 24 seconds left to go in the Spartan power play.
you got to build off this penalty kill.
Spartans up by a goal, 3-2.
I'm spoiled. I'm not used to losing. Broadcasting a loss. That's no fun.
Top of the far circle, shot there by the Spartans. That comes outside the near circle. And all the way back to the blue line and back out into the neutral zone. 7 seconds left to go. That pulled away as Ferris banks it off the near boards. That'll go all the way down as the penalty expires. Racing back,
Came
Lazar
right out on
trying
the
to knock
post.
it away.
Okay, we got 3 people deep.
Here comes the puck down the near boards. Daniels gains the zone. Daniels top of
Nice
the near
block.
circle.
That's
Beautiful
the gap
block.
I'm talking
Daniels
about.
gets it back. Moves out in front. That pulled away by Gustafson. And puck outside the far circle again. Michigan just Spartans creating a lot of loose pucks. Carr has it outside the near circle. That fired ahead.
That's going to be ice.
All the way back, and that'll be icing and head back into Michigan zone. 7:42 left to go here in the third. 3-2, Spartans with the lead. 24 shots on goal for the Spartans, 24 Michigan.
Well, we've got some defensemen that we give the green light to can really push the play. We may have to start asking them to do that with under 8 minutes to go.
Hung in to take the face off. Santi on the other side. That puck shot, quick shot. Good save by Ponith. Coming down, here comes Lazar. Lazar trying to get it to Carr, and that just out of her reach.
That didn't even cross the red line. That was not a good call.
It hit off the boards, looked like it was going to cross. The whistle was blown even when it didn't. Everyone has a bad day sometimes. 7:32.
The boards had a bad day there. That was not the bounce you should have gotten.
It was a weird bounce. I will give it.
bounce.
I will give it. It was a very weird bounce. Santi versus Hung in the far face-off circle. That to Ponith's right.
They're going to tell each other where they're supposed to be. Izzy will tell her, and then Izzy will knock her down.
That puck coming down the far boards trying to get it to Carr as there was a little bit of gamesmanship on the far side of that face-off. Put ahead. Here comes Carr. Carr trying to get to it. That
there
pulled
goes
away
the
by
glove.
Anderson. Picked up. Michigan loose glove coming ahead. Santi puts it outside the near circle. Malashevsky trying to bring it ahead. Now Hansen outside the near circle. As Malashevsky avoids some collisions on the board, pulling it back the other direction underneath the near circle. Michigan trying to get
Trouble in
that puck.
deep slot.
As that puck back behind, Izzy German trying to pull that away. Comes all the way back to the blue line, slips out into the neutral zone. Zagrabelny was coming in to try and keep it in. Knocking it away. Here comes Hansen.
Nice.
Hansen outside the far circle.
there.
Fires it. There's Lindahl with a shot. And
blocked?
deflected. Blocked by
yeah.
the Spartans. Otherwise, beautiful
Nice play.
opportunity.
Nice play.
Oh, and really good defense back there by Lieb, who has had a stellar game.
Okay.
And
Oh.
offsides the call.
Good try, KG. That was patience. Just didn't have the room. Nice play on that block shot. Lucy getting it to Julia.
Absolutely back, and if it wasn't blocked, that would have had a good opportunity.
They had the Spartan Twiner really moving a lot.
6:27 left to go here
This
in the
is what I'm
third.
talking
Michigan
about,
back
pressing
at the
that
far
D.
point. And coming all the way back, Spartans racing. Ferris trying to knock it away. The puck outside the far circle. Nelson trying to work through contact. Good job to knock it away. Loose in the slot. The puck outside the near circle. As Swanson trying to knock it away from Triolet. The puck comes outside the near circle, lifted ahead, and that'll go all the way back. Matthews sending it down the boards. That'll be a shot on goal and covered up as Cummings was bearing down, and Dixon didn't want any part of that. Or Maddox, excuse me. Maddox didn't want any part of that.
Gut check time. We're looking for a hero here. We got 6 minutes to go, and somebody's got to step up. Not necessarily by themselves, but make an impact here.
5:58 left to go here in the third. 3-2.
Pending major upset otherwise. Yes!
As that shot loose out in front.
I
Still
thought
trying to
that
knock
was
it
in.
away. It was Carr. And again, Maddox able to keep it out. Now picked up. Carr comes high slot. Carr back to Gustafson at the near point.
There,
Gustafson with
trouble,
the shot.
can't see it.
Out
She
in
get
front.
checked
and
in front.
Loose still trying to get to it as it's under players in
That's
the spot.
going to be a delay.
As trying to pull that over. Kung trying to knock away at it. Finally covered up.
Wow. I like to see that. I mean, it was through there. Bodies everywhere.
Sorry, it's 3-2. Something went wrong with my scoreboard here. Let's try and fix that.
What'd you have it as?
3-1, and that's no good.
No.
Yeah.
Us up?
No, them. I can't change it with our own scoreboard. That comes all the way back outside the near
plant
circle.
the seed here.
Indeed. Gustafson at the near point. Gustafson coming in. As that deflects all the way back. Izzy German has it.
Come on,
Top
Izzy.
of the far circle. That pulled
2-on-1.
away. Fired ahead. Here comes the Spartans as Carey races in with the carry. Trying to get to Menzer, who wants a hat trick. That Menzer firing it off the side of the goal. Covered up by Poneth.
Nice play, Sandy.
5:04 left to go here in the third.
Izzy got back very nicely. Made it so it really wasn't a true 2-on-1.
Face-off will be to Poneth left in the near face-off circle. As we're about 3/4 of the way through this third period, Michigan still looking for the equalizer. Ferris back behind her own goal. Coming down the far boards. Ferris banks it off the far boards. That's knocked back. Trying to get to it. Here comes Katie German. Katie German bringing it ahead. Katie German, top of the near circle. Now comes back to the near point. Katie German
gotta be
outside
careful,
the near
Dave.
circle. Here comes Hansen.
Take the
Hansen
shot. Take the shot.
in the slot. Hansen on the far circle. Shot
nice
there.
block.
And it got blocked. Trying to tip it back. Lindahl trying to fire it into the far corner. Now Lindahl underneath the far circle. Lindahl trying to fire it out in front, and it wouldn't settle down for Katie. Katie German was right there, and the puck
Came in
wouldn't
the back
settle
door.
down.
That was a nice try.
Here comes Menzer. Menzer, top of the near
Nice
circle. Good
play.
job by Lindahl to knock it away.
That's
from
both
Daniels.
ends. Both ends she's playing at.
Absolutely. The puck fired all the way back into the neutral zone. Corralled by Zagrobelny. Now Triolet back to Zagrobelny down the far boards. Zagrobelny brings
Gotta
it ahead.
press her.
Hansen watching her.
They're
That
just
fire.
killing the game. They're just killing this time by dumping and chasing, making us bring it up 200 feet.
4:02 left to go here in the third. It's 3-2. Michigan State with the lead. The puck outside the near circle. Santi with it. Santi pinned against the boards by Katie German, trying to pull that away loose. Good job to poke that away. Great job by Hansen. That puck into the near corner. Centering attempt. Pulled away. Here comes Michigan as trying to skate down is Cummings. Cummings got past a couple players as that comes all the way down, and icing called. I thought it hit one of the Spartan players as she was firing it down, but the official in a better position than I was.
Yeah, that could have gone either way.
3:34 left to go here in the third. Time becoming a huge factor for the Wolverines as they're down a goal.
Now we'll start to watch to see whether they're going to pull Sandy. They're talking about it. They've got a timeout, too, to talk about things.
It has been the trend that the goalies have been pulled earlier and earlier in all levels of hockey. It used to be you wait until the last minute, but now people are doing it at the 3-minute mark. Puck into the far corner. All depends on what's happening in the game. Here comes Malashevsky firing it around. Swanson with it here. Trying to knock it away. That puck loose. Cummings gets it over to Swanson. Swanson brings it out. Moves it over to Matthews and wouldn't settle down on
There we
Matthews'
go,
stick.
that's
Here
all right.
comes Swanson.
Swanson's got a
Swanson
ripper.
in. That pulled away by Galassini as that up into the Spartan bench. 3:06 left to go here in the third. 3-2 Spartans. Trying to get the big win here.
I'd send a cherry picker at this point.
Well, 2 years ago, Spartans were a little higher ranked, and Michigan pulled the upset. And Spartans trying to get back at Michigan here. Hung trying to get to it. Flazar outside the near circle, puts it into the near corner as Carr has it there. Carr trying to fire it out in front. That went off of escape. Flazar trying to get to it. Gustafson, top of the near circle, over to Hung. Hung with a shot. Oh,
she had the pipe, too.
Deflected all the way back outside the far circle, trying to get to it back into the neutral zone.
That's
Gustafson.
all right. Defense has got a pinch now. I can't blame anybody for that.
Here
Heads up,
comes
heads
Hung,
up, heads
Hung popping it in the air, loose, trying
There
to
we
fire
go.
it into the far corner. As trying that shot went off of
She
a
had Sam in
skate.
front, too.
As good opportunity by Flazar that moved.
Okay,
Top
Sam.
of the far circle, trying to come in. Here comes Carr, and the puck wouldn't settle down. That's happened a couple times where it really hasn't done what the player expects it to do. Menzer at the near point. Good job by Izzy German, and that covered up.
2 minutes, 17 seconds.
2:17 left to go. It looked like Carr was sitting there, and it just slipped away.
Yeah, sometimes it's got to be too teed up. You know, sometimes you just got to take it when it's not teed up. You're only giving the goalie time to get ready, and then take your chances.
Michigan down by a goal, 3-2. Puck in the Michigan zone. Lieb has it, high slot, shot there, deflects out in front. Mater trying to get it into the far corner. Izzy German trying to pull it away. 2:05
she's going to kill it
left
all
to
day
go.
there.
And pull
Wide
back.
open in
Santi
front.
trying to get to it. As that puck pulled away, Santi going from the near side to the far side into the far corner. Santi moves it back to the far point to Zagrobelny, who takes it. That knocked away out in front, outside the near circle. As that was a good job by Katie German, avoiding pressure there on the near boards, and then that brought ahead out into the trying to get to the neutral zone. There's a whistle and a penalty upcoming.
On them?
I believe it
Or
is
it's
on them
offsides?
or off.
That looks like he's coming over to tell us about it. This is huge. We got a power play for the last minute 40. Oh?
What was that one?
I think that's a misconduct.
Yeah, it looked like a misconduct.
Timeout.
Timeout. Michigan wants to talk about it. They want to get the most out of this. As you hear the
We've been working on some extra man, offensive down by a goal plays. Not as crazy as the ones I used to try to get them to do, but you see my references here.
Well, 1 minute 40 seconds left to go. Michigan is talking everything over. They need the equalizer to get this game tied and see what happens. It was Spartans scoring first back in the first at 7:16, as that was Siciliano on the power play. Then at 5:18, 2 minutes, 2 seconds later, Carr tied it up on the power play. Then just 37 seconds into the second, it was a goal by Menzer putting the Spartans up 3-2, 2-1. I can count, I swear. Then at 15:50, Michigan tied it up as Hansen made it 2-2. Then at 6:29, it was Menzer with their second goal of the game, 3-2, and that's where we've stayed since then. Michigan needs a big goal to try and get this game tied. As lots of fans here. I think it's cleared out just a little bit because folks who are watching other games have now moved over to the game across the way. Huge, again, showcase here with a number of different high school teams, 3 ACHA teams. Lots of attendance, and we love to see it here. It's a great celebration of women's hockey and the future thereof, which is very, very bright. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Michigan on the power play for the remainder of the 1 minute 40 seconds, barring anything else happening.
Yeah, that was a misconduct.
Misconduct called as the puck back behind.
There, right there.
Siciliano out in front.
Oh, my God.
That
There's
puck
bodies
cleared
flying
all the way
everywhere.
back.
Here's Ponith helping it out. That's good. Keep it up there. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Ponith gets it to Gustafson. Gustafson moved ahead to Hansen. Hansen brings it over center ice. Hansen coming down. Hansen gains the zone. Hansen.
You know, this can make a season. If you could score here and save this, put it into OT and win it, it's a culture chemistry that ultimate.
Malashevsky outside the near circle, trying to get it. Oh, that just missed.
Just missed the backhanded
shot. What a beautiful job.
Yeah, nice play.
Carr gets it to Gustafson now. Top of the far circle, back to Gustafson.
Got to see. Oh.
Over to Carr. That just away from her. Malashevsky. That puck wouldn't settle down for her.
Don't let her pull it.
Coming down and fired.
Oh,
knocked down.
break.
Good job by Hansen.
Wow.
As she's pinned against the boards. That lifted back to center ice. We're going to keep an eye on Ponith to our right. 38 seconds left to go. Here comes Carr.
Yep,
And here comes Ponith.
They
and
got another penalty.
that is going to be a penalty,
Trip.
a tripping call.
So there's going to be a 3-man advantage, right?
Yeah,
the pulled goalie?
yeah, absolutely. You keep the goalie pulled because the face-off is down in their end. Tripping call. Michigan will
6
have.
on 3.
Yeah, 6 on 3 with the goalie pulled.
Oh, God. I got to honestly say, Mark, I don't think I've ever, in my 40-plus years of coaching, ever done a 6 on 3 power play.
Well, Spartans want to talk it over. They're a little concerned. They're trying to keep this lead with 32 seconds left to go.
Oh, this would piss Rob off.
Yeah, no coach wants to lose the lead in the last minute or so.
Pretty gutsy call.
Oh, yeah.
Making that call with that much of an advantage.
It is, absolutely. By the way, the Kalkaska K-Wings watching in the far corner. That was, I believe,
It's a
Gustafson
nice
there, right?
place to live. Nice place to live.
There you go. Yeah. Good folks there. Good folks.
Good folks there.
Absolutely.
Ernie always told me that.
I got to broadcast the Pioneer high school hockey, girls high school hockey versus the K-Wings a few years ago, and that was fun. And and they came to the game up at Lake Superior State, and
Kara's ex-K-Wing.
Kolwich, that's who it was. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kolwich, a former K-Wing, her former team, the current players are watching. Not sure they know that Kara was a former K-Wing. We need their help cheering down there.
1, 2, 3. He had one too many out. Oh, my God.
Malashevsky in to take the face off. Empty goal to our right.
Draw. Gotta be urgent.
6-3. Coming in, puck on the far circle, right
nice
through.
Try. That's right through the front. That's what you got to do here. You can't get. Nobody's going to be that open, in that tight.
Malashevsky trying to get it to Lindahl. That comes all the way back out.
Active stick right there.
Picked up, coming ahead with it. 10 seconds left to
She's
go.
Here
comes
in
Katie
all by
German.
herself.
Katie German leaves it as that puck bounces. 5 seconds left. That's sent out, and that should do it. Michigan State wins the game 3-2.
No, look at that. Look at that.
The Spartans come out. They are excited to get this win versus number 4 Michigan.
No, that. They earned it. Good for Rob.
So Spartans with the win, and Michigan will try and bounce back tomorrow versus Aquinas, who is not an easy team to play. Aquinas has 1 win on the season, but they really made life difficult.
They got a great goalie.
They have an amazing goalie. I want to thank Coach Ned for doing amazing color commentary.
You're welcome. It's my first loss. I don't know how to take this as a broadcaster.
Just like the team, you bounce back, mind of a goldfish, and head on
what
to
are we
the next
talking
one.
about? What just happened?
Exactly. I don't have much of a more brilliant mind than a goldfish anyway.
The good news is I don't have to rush downstairs and sing, but I'd rather rush downstairs and break a knee and sing.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mark. That was a blast. Sorry we didn't win it. Good for Rob Blackburn. Good for the Spartans. They earned it. They took us off our game, and this may be just what we need. We don't want to face adversity as you go through the season and never have a challenge or anything to recover from, because it's only going to get harder. They got to learn from this. I mean, that's what Michigan was saying about the football team, all the challenges they had to come up against.
Absolutely.
So we'll take it. We'll do what we can.
So Michigan will play 12:30 tomorrow. We'll be back on air. Coach Midden might be down on the bench. But thank you very much. Thank you to my camera person, Christine Wiseman. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everyone. See you tomorrow at 12:30.